Let's not talk about real life things. Instead, let's go ahead and watch the stream and make it so we don't think about real life things. DM.
Let's fight a
Yeah, there you
D&D
are.
coup that can be, a lot more like
We're
romance
streaming!
and we need a bard for a good one.
Is there anyone who wants to do the recap? Because it has been a little bit since last session.
Yeah, we can do a recap. We basically had a long rest after the Hephe incident. We met with the group met up with Teak again and Galrok, the new dwarf friend.
You're forgetting something.
What did I forget?
We started with what is going on with Hephe. Because apparently something's going on with Hephe.
We don't need to talk about that.
We don't need to talk about that?
We don't need to talk about what's going on in the Hephe space.
We don't need to talk about that something's going on with Hephe?
No.
That was like the first 40
Alright.
minutes of the last stream.
It was a
To
good
be
bit.
fair, none of the current player characters in the party have
But
any
the
idea what the heck is
audience-
happening. Well, that's true.
So I remember much less about the Hephe plane of existence. I met a dude. I talked to the dude. I found out some things. He told me that there might be a way to get out. You can go talk to a dude, or you could go travel to a village, and they might be able to help you. Don't talk to things that talk back.
No?
You
Nope.
can kill things that don't talk to you.
Kill things that don't talk to you, but nothing forces them to talk. So how about you just don't kill things, which is the way of Hephe. And then he went to sleep, hoping that he could continue to talk with the guy in the morning, and then woke up in the middle of somewhere.
Close
Yeah.
enough.
Close enough.
Works good.
Ooh, a notification. Flubberknuckle is live.
Oh.
Oh.
You've already said hi to the stream though, like
Yeah,
in the chat.
But say I might have to catch this stream, guys. Sorry.
Why is nothing happening? Confused.
Okay.
Do something.
Sorry, continue.
So back in the material plane, we had a long rest. We met with everybody. We shared some drinks and some stories, and then we left. We went down into the area that we originally we should have went to the first time before getting us all killed. And then we stepped on a stone plate that talked about if Hephe is here or someone else that's able to help, like a wizard, I think, come to the second floor. So we went to go do that, and we realized that's a spooky place because I used my book to see if there were Abashi waiting to gank the first person that came in. And there's also like a blood ritual circle that seemed pretty bad, and we're like, you know what, this place is pretty spooky. How about we don't do that? And then we decided to go back downstairs to the bottom floor, and that's probably where the red Abashi is, but the players don't know that, and so I'm expecting to have a real time about that in this session.
Azra even tried to recall, but she couldn't.
Those are the broad strokes, if anybody wants to fill in the finer details.
Teak rode down the stairs the back of Lady Licky with Decorm. I remember that.
Down to the bottom, and there wasn't much down there. On the second floor, I recall there being a hallway that leads into a chamber that seemed some kind of like cultist ritual altar for like sacrificing things, but there was also a desk with a candle on it. Am I remembering that right?
Yep.
And the candle was lit, which means that somebody's been around there and will probably be coming back.
Lit.
Or it's a forever flame.
I mean, seems a bit much.
Magics.
I mean, you say that, but wizards do dumb stuff like that because they can.
Well, I mean, like, let's put it this way. Never forget that Russell got the Cloak of Wild Magic simply because one of his starting trinkets was a candle that never went out, even if you submerged it in water.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I understand.
And the
I
gnome
played a
found it
wizard.
very
I
nice.
know.
Well, anyway, I think we were just debating on like what to do last we left off because we were pretty confident that like there's something big sleeping in the back. That's right, through the chamber
That's right,
where
we
the
heard the
Abashi are.
snoring.
There's something really big.
And we didn't want
Yeah,
to
we were kind of like, hey, we subverted this zombie Abushi's programming by not walking in ourselves. Maybe let's not go in here.
I kind of want to look into the empty room a little more. I think that was my consensus on the whole thing.
Yeah, we were kind of debating, just like,
I'll
okay,
put
where do
you
we go
back
from here?
on that map then, if...
I think we decided that we were going to leave, so I'm not sure if what the DM has prepped for us if we're going to be heading back that way. Because I think we left it. We're leaving that area and going down to the 3rd floor.
Is that the consensus we reached?
Yeah,
I was under that impression, but you are technically kind of still there, so if you want to, you can still have that argument as it were.
I mean, Galrok would not be opposed to use his book to do further scouting because it can go like 300 feet, and I don't think it went the full 300 feet to scout everything. It just kind of went in and then went out.
Yeah. Go on.
I was saying, I think we were all going to at least make sure we had our weapons at the ready, and at least as of currently, if we have any loud abilities, just like wait on those until we're sure we're discovered. I don't know. That was part of the discussion we were having.
Let me make sure how far it can actually go. I'm pretty sure it's 300 feet.
Wait.
I don't actually know what all Teak can do. I should brush up on the abilities before we get into an encounter. Let me also
it's
scroll
300 feet.
so us on there. Lady Licky. I love it.
Then yeah. The fuck was your name again? Oh yeah. Sorry, new character. Who the fuck is this?
Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I still don't have an accent down.
You've been using an accent?
No, but I'm supposed to. He's a dwarf.
I need to get back into my accent. God damn.
Jesus, did no one practice their accents while they were away?
No.
It's been a while. Sole effect that they've got a fucking stutter, apparently. Not too happy about it.
Well, I mean, yeah, if I did just die, is that what happens, you know?
Instead of crying, you just start stuttering uncontrollably, I guess.
Drama.
Mr.
I choose
Stoneborn,
crying.
before we transverse down the stairs, could you use your ability to look down the hole?
Well, I suppose I can. And I'll have the book, which I don't think I have a token for.
No.
So we'll just role play that then. I'll send the book down and see what it can see.
Okay. So this route, you mean?
So this route, this had the Abashi, right?
Yeah.
This had the ritual circle.
No, here was the ritual circle.
Oh, right here.
And purring noise came from this room as well.
So can I send my book further into this room? Like
You can.
Because I mean that's only 100 feet to the edge
Yeah,
of the map that I can see. So
I think you can technically like explore a lot with your book.
So I would like to do that then.
I wanted to ask.
Oh,
a
yeah,
question.
you
I
can-
moved to. Oh wow.
Ooh.
And let me post manifest
lots.
mind so that way you can see it.
Put that on so everyone in chat can see it. Oh gosh.
So which way do you want to go first if you're going to explore more?
Towards the snoring because I want to see what the snoring is.
Okay.
Because that's also where the Abashi are guarding. So I'm curious what's with that.
Make a perception check.
I can do that. Boop. 12.
Okay, I am. Wait. As a bonus action, you can cast a spectral mine to hover up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can. You or it can see, so you can.
You
just,
or it can see. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
that makes a big difference.
It does.
It does.
Yeah, when I first read that, I was like, oh, well, then what's even the point of having it 300 feet? And then I'm like, oh, wait, or it.
As you travel deeper into that open space, it leads to another tunnel. You see a ladder that you've learned that the top floor or the floor above this everything seems to have either like blocked off or caved in to a point that it's very difficult to basically you maybe can go upstairs, but you'll be just like stuck in this room, as it were.
Okay.
And as you go, I think it's downwards from there. You see this large. It doesn't have any fur, but it has these spots of blue and red skin color. And you see this large, about tiger-sized cat just in the middle of the hall lies sleeping.
And about whereabouts on the map is that? Or is that not on this map, based on the distances?
It is on this map, but let me... Actually, we can just... I can just move your token there, because you would be seeing all of that.
Okay, that's fair.
So you'd be... here. And then it's on the GM still, so you can't see anything yet.
That's fair.
Give me 1 second to put you there.
And how did I get to here? What was the path?
No.
Is it from the north up here? Okay, gotcha. I see.
There.
And does it look like it's sleeping?
Yeah, it's sleeping and purring very loud.
Okay. Can I float above it?
You can.
I like to float above it and go past it to continue exploring.
Give me 1 second real quick. Here's a little bit of a weird cat. Make a stealth check.
Okay, I can do that.
It's gonna roll perception with disadvantage.
$11.
Slurp. Ooh.
Oh, was that loud?
As you get close, you kind of notice it twitching a little bit, and its ears start like moving a little bit, but and once you past it, it doesn't wake up or doesn't seem to react at all.
Ooh.
Whew, okay.
You are really lucky with the disadvantage.
Yes. Yes, I was. Oh, there's a bunch of beds and stuff in here.
Yeah, underneath, there's sort of a bedroom. Oh, and now I also have to put you, because you see another sleeping creature. Make another perception check.
Another perception check. Okay, I can do that. Perception! Same number, 12.
Oh, interesting that it doesn't show yet. With a 12, you see also a tiger-based tabaxi sleeping. As you look around as well, you notice that all the beds in the room, though they seem, how to say it, in any other scenario they probably would have seen like they haven't been slept in for a long time and like they've been kind of abandoned. But because of the rest of this cavern and the rest of this city, they feel very new. Like someone, after like everything collapsed here, someone put these beds here, and then later those people disappeared.
Got you. Okay.
I'm gonna push you a little bit further into the room, actually.
Okay. And can I make a check to identify what this creature that I floated over is?
Make an arcane check.
Okay. I'm good at that. 22.
Yeah.
Let me see what you exactly learn.
Or a good arcane bonus at least.
Oh, there. No. What the hell? I know I wrote stuff about this. Where did I leave it? Put it here. No.
Welcome back from break.
Welcome back from the break.
You don't know about the creature specifically, but looking at it, it does seem to have share similarities with what are they called? Those large cats with tentacles.
Beasts?
Large
Sigma?
cats with tentacles?
Yeah, they're really famous D&D monster.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Chimera?
unfortunately.
Bells?
No.
Damn it.
Pretty sure that's a displacer beast, though.
Yeah,
A lot of
displacer
people
beast.
call
Thank
them.
you. I didn't.
Yeah. I said it once, but I guess no one heard.
Yeah,
I don't think
I
you
also
got
like to
picked
call
up.
them.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you what did you say, Clau, and then someone else said something.
A lot of also people prefer to call them kitty weapons.
Same. But anyway, it reminds you in some forms of a displacer beast. And I'm gonna say with the 22, you have heard and read some stories about in hell displacer beasts being captured from the Feywild, being moved into hell, and then being experimented on them.
So this was originally a Fey creature that is now some kind of fiend due to experimentation?
That is the most probable guess as well.
Okay, and as a player, I have no idea what a displacer beast is. How dangerous are those? Do I know how dangerous those things are?
It's is if you want
They're
to.
a pain in the ass, I could say that.
They are, I think, like CR3 or something.
Oh, that's no big deal.
Yeah, they are. They aren't super dangerous.
I wouldn't want to fight one alone, but with a group, you know, it's doable. Okay.
You know that they usually, at least the displaced beasts usually hunt in packs, but this one seems to be in its by itself.
Okay. And looking at the tabaxi that's on the bed, it looks like it's there by choice. It's not like being forced to be there.
It seems very relaxed while it's sleeping.
Okay.
Also seems. It seems to be in no form of worry of that something bad might happen while it's sleeping there.
Okay. I see that there's a ladder. Is that going down or up?
That's going down.
Can I peep down the hole?
Sure. Make a perception check.
$19.
19.
Voice.
Actually, it's your spectral mind. Does that give you?
It gives dark vision for 60
Yeah.
feet.
But you already have dark vision normally, right?
I do, yes.
Okay. Oh, and it does shine a light.
It does shine
then-
a dim glow. Yes, it does.
In that case, I'm gonna at least give the Tabaxi one perception check. You notice that light.
How much light does it actually do?
10
Sheds a
feet.
dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Yes,
yeah.
it's not a lot, but just to give him at least.
No, totally. Makes sense.
Okay, he doesn't spot you.
Okay.
When you're looking down the hole, it seems to go a bit deeper in to about where the level, the level 1, I'm gonna call it, would be on the previous stairs you took. And down there, similar as the what you saw the first time you looked into there, and kind of similar to what you have here. There seems to be this large mine, much more professionally made and maintained than the desperation that you saw in the mines earlier.
Okay, so that seems intentional,
Yeah,
and
much more.
it's being guarded. So that makes me at least interested in potentially going down that path. But I don't want to do that with the book necessarily. Because of that, I feel like there might be something more down there that might spot me, and so far I haven't been spotted. So can I... There doesn't appear to be anything else this path other than just down that hole and up the other ladder, right? That I came across before the Displacer Beast?
Yeah, there's 2 ladders that you would have spotted.
Oh, I see that, yeah.
Let's go upstairs.
Okay.
You have a look. On that... yeah, you just see the bedroom, and it seems to be a dead end, mostly.
Okay. I would like to sneak past the Displacer Beast again, and go down the other hallway.
Alrighty. Make another stealth check.
Sounds good. No.
Ooh.
Does your manifested mind take damage, or how does it work? How does it dispel magic thing? It can't really... Okay. As you hover over it, at first it feels like you feel like you've managed to pass over it sneakily. And suddenly you hear this like swooshing noise, and as you look back, you see the cat has disappeared. And
Like, as it went invisible because I didn't see it actually leave?
that is a conclusion you can take.
Okay.
They'd be here now. Okay, I'm gonna have to use this map here.
I'm also wondering what the dwarf guy is actually broadcasting to us at this point.
I'm telling everything that I'm coming across. I'm letting you guys know as they see it.
You have disappeared, so I'm gonna put you there.
If he's acting like, what, Fluke would be stealthing instantly behind the corner, just like, herring.
Guys, I think it's awake and it's gone disappeared.
You all hear the purring stop, as it were.
Oh boy.
Well, you
I'm
angered
ready
a
for a
bunch of
fight.
cats.
Weapons out and stealthing.
Well, this sounds like cat owners, right? That's what I'm getting here. If you are smart enough to hold a pet, you're smart enough to talk to.
But I don't want to be talking to any demons or anything.
Well, I do.
I've done so before.
So I'm gonna use my spell book and
From
just.
there you can see it, right?
I can see... Ooh, that's a pretty thing. That's the naked cat thing.
Yeah. From your perspective, it is kind of like in a sitting position, and it's staring into the hallway where it's expecting Galrok's book to come from. So for you, it's sitting with its back towards you.
Does it look intelligent?
It seems more intelligent than you might expect of a cat, but not speakable intelligence.
Guys, the thing's coming from here, so if we want to shoot it, we can do it now.
Coming from where? Sorry.
For anybody who wants to do that.
Oh, like this entrance that we're blocking.
Yeah. He thinks we're coming from the other way.
Don't forget about the waiting ambushee.
The what?
demon dragons
Oh yeah.
that are right around the corner.
Well, we may not. It may not be coming after us, and maybe letting other people know.
Did you find anything interesting? Anything worthwhile dying for?
I found a nice hole that seems to be intentional.
Wonderful. Let's go this way.
I'm gonna have my spellbook come back and start scouting down this other path because unless it comes and attacks us,
Can you poof it back, or just have to travel the whole way?
I can make it disappear, but then I have to like spend a spell slot or use my ability to bring it back. So I figure at this point, might as well just have it walk its way back.
Okay. So as you start moving back, you spot it, and it also spots you. It gives you this curious look for a moment, and then again if I can get them right later, it poofs again. This time you see kind of like the air around it kind of like move for a bit as it poofs. As it disappears.
So it almost seems like it's teleporting and not just going invisible.
It definitely seems like that.
Was it within our view when it did that?
It was within Decorm's view because he just happened to stand next there while you were chatting, but for the rest of you, I don't think so.
Okay.
Nope.
I think it's teleporting somehow. It's not turning invisible.
Teleporting cats.
Oh, I don't care
I'm not
for
too
that
worried
at
about
all.
it though. It's a decent beast, but we can handle it. If it attacks us, it should know better.
Yeah, you're not probably wrong.
So I will continue the scouting.
Okay.
Going down here.
Cool. Oof. Let's see.
Oh, there's a line in the road.
I don't know why that's there.
Okay, non-important line in the road.
Or is it the most important line ever?
Move you over here. And well, there. Sorry.
Oh, there's lots of
see.
pathing. There's lots of pathing down here. Okay.
You do notice from this place a small flickering light coming.
Sorry, which place?
From this side.
Oh, okay.
And make another perception check.
I will do so. 16.
Not bad.
16. When this is also the place you know is that the ritual is over there.
Okay.
So technically you would have already. No, it doesn't matter. And I feel stared at as you are like hovering here.
Then I'm gonna move along.
Okay.
I don't want to be stared at, thank
Gonna
you.
Keep going down, see what else is down there, if anything.
Alrighty.
Yep, mother.
So that's kind of where the map at least ends, but it does circle around there and comes out over here as well. So if you want to take that path, you can.
Okay, yeah. Oh, and then interesting.
But but beyond that, there's more of this cave area. It's unclear what there is. You do notice that over here, it does seems like there are more like actual rooms and open spaces, where there it's a lot of corridors and hallways.
Gotcha. And does this connect?
I don't. Could you have seen? I'm gonna say yes because it does, and you probably could have seen that.
Okay. And did I see anything this way when I was going down here? Like what this path leads to?
There's two ladders upstairs, and other than
Okay.
that, it's a dead end.
Okay.
It goes in a little bit in more hallways, but then it quite quickly ends.
So like basically all of this over here just seems like more corridors and just windy cave system.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I'm gonna head on back and try to stealth past this point since
Okay, roll stealth check.
For your floating living book.
yeah.
Glowing.
Glowing floating
Ooh.
living book.
All right.
That's not bad.
Except
Flattens
for
itself up
the
against the ceiling.
except for the light that you give off, you feel fairly confident that you were at least difficult to spot.
Okay.
I wonder when Ralgo made this character, he thought he'd be making this many perception and stealth rolls.
No, but that's okay. I'm glad that we have an unkillable scout.
Scouts, yeah.
So I relay all the information to them, and I guess we need to decide what we want to do.
Well, either we go down, or we'll figure out what's going on it. Because it is weird, and I'm happily to walk in and talk, and if they attack us, we kill it, and then we can leave this place behind. Sounds fair?
I think so.
Great.
I mean,
I'm gonna do that
my
now.
main goal
Except
is
for
to turn off those shocks so we can
Yes, I
be
was
able
gonna say
to
add that in.
more safely, whatever we think leads us to that.
So remember, the main goal is making sure Hefe's soul doesn't, at least for us, and I kind of nodding to Galrok, is to make sure that Hefe's soul isn't lost down here forever, along with all these other dwarf souls.
I just feel it would be easier to look around without all these...
These people, yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna
let's go
introduce
try and
myself
talk.
right now, okay?
So are we for what you're talking about? Are you talking about going this way or down here where we saw the eye's presence?
Here. I think I'm just gonna stand here and yell very loudly, "Hello, my name is Decorm of Ruble. I would like to speak to somebody. Anybody down?"
I draw my swords.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
that's not very
95% sure we're about to get into a brawl doing that, but as long as you're okay with that. And
It's too late. It's already been done.
No, I'm
Yep.
just telling
He's
the
about
party
to.
that's what I'm trying to do.
Oh.
Yep, we're just getting ready for it to go sideways.
Okay, don't look.
Yeah, I will knock an arrow for something to pop its head out, waiting for Azri.
sword and dagger at the ready.
This is character development, though.
Let's do it. Let's remember.
It really is.
And guys, let's remember Hephe and let's have faith, please.
Yes,
Maybe
giant
lower
cat
the
though
arrow, lower the sword. Not saying don't touch it. Just have faith.
I'll leave them down towards the ground.
Yeah, the arrow is still knocked, but just kind of pointed towards the ground.
I'm gonna put up my speaking voice and I'm gonna say, "Hello, my name is Decorm of Ruble. We are on an adventure, and we are looking for somebody to talk to who would like to explain to us where we are and maybe help us with a problem."
Make a persuasion check.
I want to, but my laptop doesn't.
Come on, high charisma.
You know what?
No, you-
I'll use my forceful presence here, because that seems fitting.
Makes sense. You're being very forceful.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice. Charming.
It takes a moment, but then the cat appears very close by again. Now staring at you, Decorm, and he is accompanied. Oh, let's put him somewhere. He's slightly more visible. At least when he appears, he kind of has his hand on the cat to kind of be teleported with it.
That's
Yes.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's a Berksy. He looks still sleepy. And kind of a little bit confused. Well then, Decorm of Rubel. What can I do for you?
Well, first of all, I'm sorry to have awoken you. That was not my intention. We don't really know what the rules of this cave are. My name is Decorm of Rubel. These are my merry men. What is yours?
My name is Avan. This here is Mist.
Mist. What a wonderful cat. He looks. Can I? I want to pet him. Do you? I have my pet, Lady Licky. Do you think they will be friends? Can I leave her? Should I bring her or? Is he prone to violence?
No, only on the commands.
That's fair. Mine too. So, we're here because a friend of ours, well, he died. Somewhere in this cave. And we are very afraid that his soul will be eternally damned because of a lot of dwarves were. And we're trying to prevent that from happening.
And find some lost knowledge, eh?
Well,
Oh god.
Not really.
I imagine the body has already disappeared.
Yes.
In that case, it's less preventing and more rescuing, I guess.
Yes.
I am not sure if I can help you with this. I have a couple of my own tasks down here. But if you want to, feel free to look around. I will inform you. You can see he is like very precisely looking all of you over. And he says, I will inform the other inhabitants that there is a group of adventurers, I shall call you.
Yeah. Decorm and his merry man.
Accurate.
I wouldn't call myself merry or a man.
Decorm and his people.
I am, in fact, a person.
Decorum in the band.
I'm just gonna cock an eyebrow at that one.
That's very generous of you, Avon, was it? That is indeed. One more question, if you were so inclined. We were about to go downstairs. Is this also part of your domain, or is this like a rooming, or
How
can we
far
go there?
downstairs
Do you
were
know
you
anything?
planning to go?
I'm looking at Azray.
I'm not quite sure where. I, as a player, I'm not quite sure
Bottom
how
of the
far down
stairs.
the I was gonna say the switch is, but I do know that we were planning to go to the bottom of the stairs. I was gonna ask if there was any other like directions Azri would have known of where the crystal was,
Or the Twitch?
or not the crystal. Sorry, the switch. My bad.
Yeah, the switch directions were mostly just keep going down until you're at the deepest point, and there you'll find the switch as well. There were a
Then,
couple
yeah,
of
she'll say-
more like directions, but those aren't gonna matter here.
Yeah, she'll just outright say the bottom then.
Aye, that's where they keep all the good stuff.
I'd also like everyone, except for Galrok, because you already had it, everyone to roll a perception check.
Okay.
I'm noticing that I forgot a thing, but that's fine.
I'm
Sorry.
so uncomfortable as a player
I'm
right
fucking
now.
up every roll.
Can we roll for familiars as well?
That's a 9.
This game can say no.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Man, these
Yeah,
these
yeah.
low rolls, these threes.
Okay. Teak,
Teak,
you gotta do
yeah.
better. Okay, sorry.
Come on, Teak.
Okay. Oh gosh. High roll,
Doesn't she
high
have
roll.
a thing that also
Oh.
increases things?
Yeah, she can add 5 to a roll.
Still 11.
Plus. She will use one of her flashes of geniuses to add 5 to porcelain.
Oh, you can
Okay.
give it to someone?
Yeah, she can.
That's how Flash of Genius works, right?
Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just say. Okay, so with a 21, you're gonna see a little bit more than with a 16. So for everyone except for Porcelain, no, actually also Ezra. For everyone except for Porcelain, Ezra seems like a fairly regular Baxi. Ezra, for you, it is difficult to explain, but in his fur around his arms, it seems like it sometimes seems like it's moving. And it reminds you kind of as if a snake is kind of moving through its fur, as it were, but you don't see anything there. Let me see real
He's an
quick.
airbender.
Oh God.
Better see those backwards hands.
Let me check real quick. No, it must be this one. Yeah. Porcelain. You also notice he has 2 left hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there hangs this, like, odor of very faint sulfur around him.
Thank you, Porcelain.
Sorry. Player knowledge. What the hell does that mean again?
The Rakshasa is what player knowledge means. Yeah, demon cat. Devil cat.
Fiend.
Character we don't have any goddamn idea. I don't think any of us have any freaking idea.
Avon.
Or would have
Thank
reason
you.
to have any idea.
Avon,
Yes.
thank you very much for your hospitality. Might I offer you something in return as a token of my gratitude?
Of course.
Is there anything in particular you are interested in? You fancy? Is a bit of your interest?
Well, one of the things I have come to here for is an old book that has been, how do you say, lost in the other places of the world, but since this civilization here seems to have ended long ago, I hope there are still copies here. But if you find a book called The Stories for the Young Faithful, though it will be probably written in Dwarven, please bring it to me.
We haven't encountered it yet, but I did find, just a quick thing, Lord Orton specifically told me to not bring the globe back, right?
Yep.
Okay.
He specifically told you to not bring it into Rubel.
Not into rule. I'm gonna grab that globe and say, I don't know if it is of value, but we found it here and it seemed...
Is it the red gem?
I thought it would be the weirdest thing we would encounter, or the most intriguing thing we would encounter here, but then I realized that it's probably you. You seem like a dignified, magnificent man who deserves a dignified, magnificent gift. If we found the stories of the young faithful, I think we'll see if we can get it to you. But meanwhile, please accept this as a token of my gratitude.
Thank you very much. I'll see if I can make use of this. And he takes the gem. Make a perception check. Let's say Decorm and Fluke if you're in these positions.
It's the globe, right? Not was it a gem?
It was a globe.
Yeah, it's
So
like the
perception
size of a
checks?
football.
Yeah, okay. Just
That
to make
gem.
sure that we're talking about the same
Like
thing.
an orb.
Yeah, the orb is I think the best descriptor.
Perception, right?
Perception,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Ralgo, you're muted.
Nat 20!
Okay. Decorm, you don't notice necessarily anything. He kind of, as he takes it, he kind of starts examining it a little bit. It does look like he has at least an idea of what it is, since he obviously has been here for a bit. Fluke, you notice that the orb that was kind of like pulsing this magical energy, it just kind of freezes, as it were, the moment he touches it.
And it was negative energy, right? So that's good.
Yeah, it's great. You gave the dude a battery. Oh.
Why do you do these things?
TPK.
I mean, as far as Fluke can really surmise from that, all he can say is, "This cat's probably weird, isn't he? He's got something going on with him."
If
Please don't say that. Then we'll be on our way.
Actually,
We were looking
I have
for
a question.
something. Yeah, Galrok?
Those abashi, are they yours?
They have been, how do I put this best, forced upon me. My employer has demanded that I take protection with me. I'm more than able to protect myself, but, well, you have probably encountered them. That's why I would go to my employer and tell them about the adventurers, so they will ignore you as they ignore me.
sorry, Avan, was it?
Yes.
We didn't expect to see others down here. Just what is it someone such as yourself is doing in a place like this?
Well, I have my employer's job, which I unfortunately cannot reveal to anybody but someone who has the explicit permission from him. But as a personal hobby of mine, I'm looking for the book that I told you about.
Certainly not to intrude on your business. However, your employer.
Is he a demon?
You see,
Did he say that in
Parsley,
character?
like,
Yes.
stiffen the fuck up, and
I don't like I don't like giving this magic gem to a dude that's controlling abashi. That's bad. Abashi are bad and evil. Why is he having evil creatures following him and not attacking him? That all of my red flags are going off.
My employer's identity, I unfortunately also cannot reveal. I will tell you there are, at the moment, 2 of them around here. They are in a complicated relationship with between the 2 of them.
So they're from Ruble.
But if it helps you calm the mind, my employers want to be here about as less as I think these Abishi want to be here. Well, that doesn't say much for you, I think. They want to be here as less as you want to be. Do you want to be here? I don't think
Nope.
so. So they want to be here as bad as you want to be here, but they are stuck, unfortunately.
So if we were to free the souls and deactivate the killer shocks, there would be no conflict of interest for you?
See him think about it for a moment. Is not per se.
Great.
So you're telling me, lad, that your masters are stuck here, or should I say your employers, that are able to control these evil demons, and that you're trying to free them?
Yes. So they will go back home.
That seems like a... Didn't think about that. Well, good luck with that.
Question, if I may. Have you
Of
ever heard
course.
of the name Hephe before?
Make an insight check.
I am
Hold on, let me make
proficient
sure
in that. May I do that as well?
I'm gonna say everyone who's proficient in it can make one.
Ooh, ooh, fuck yeah.
Gee, why am I having such bad rolls?
Well, 20 is just upset that we haven't been here for so long.
12, 13, 14. Wow.
Burned lover.
He is very difficult to read.
Ah.
And but you don't have the idea, and that's also with the combination in the back of your mind that he is a devil. At least that he has the scent of a devil, as it were. You don't have the feeling that he's lying at any point to you, but his body language is just basically unreadable, as it were.
We heard a projection when we descended the stairs. It said, "Unless you are Hephe, do not transverse."
Yes, that is one of my, well, not employers, but another person mixed up in my employer's squabble. But if you know anything about the Hephe, please let me know, because it is important for my job here.
Well,
Though
what
if
is
it's
the-
on good authority that it will be a couple of months.
well, he's the
I hate-
soul we're trying to save.
God damn it!
Everyone's staring daggers at Decorm right now. Just like...
I'm not.
I was
I'm
literally about to say, she says in Decorm's head, don't mention him.
too
but
late.
It was too late.
Yep.
Decorm moves too quick.
Decorm in a social interaction, guys. That's on his game. You have to be faster than that. That is difficult.
Why?
Well, we need him alive.
Huh. So, you want to save him as well?
Well, I know that the other figure will definitely want to save him, but I will have to speak with my employers. There might be easier options at this point.
Who is that other figure?
We should be around here. Well, he's preparing, and his speech, he is somewhere, usually somewhere here. He has a lot of in his mind right now.
But pardon, I'm sorry. Are you insinuating there's a way to bring him back?
Well, yes, it's difficult. How do I put this? It is more plausible that you will help his spirits move forward to the next plane over getting him back here. But it is at least possible to get them out of the realm that the dead are stuck in here.
That's step one.
Would it be possible to talk with your employees? Because it sounds like we're all want the same thing here.
It doesn't. It does not sound like that, Decorum. I'll be honest with you. It sounds like they have other options. And in Decorum's head, she's going to say, remember that sacrifice chamber? Something tells me they want him alive so they can sacrifice him.
Well,
Oh,
as I said, I cannot reveal anything about my employees. I encourage you to
Could I
explore
put in
the area if you feel you can make a deal with them.
could I put in a request? An audience?
If there is... Well, if you want to, I can relay a message if you want.
Please do. I think... I think we... I'm just intrigued what they want to do with Hephe, and I'm sorry to have to tell them that he has passed. So I would like to help wherever I can.
I have a horrible feeling.
Well... What is the message you want me to pass?
That
Okay.
I don't know what are the proper manners here, so maybe you could translate it to a more formal way. But the essence is that I would very much like to talk with them and see if we could help each other out in the Hephe situation. Bring him, make sure that his soul is at rest.
Now, a question. Would your friend want to be working with demons to come back to life?
No, he wouldn't, honestly. And Asri will say that out loud, looking at Decorum.
Then might I suggest that we move along and don't pursue this course of action?
Oh, you're talking to me?
I am talking to you, lad!
They're not Abishi, right?
How many times does he have to say?
As I said, I cannot tell you.
Which means they don't want to be known, but they're they're some kind of beings that can control Abishi and are trapped here. Probably under some kind of ward, meant to keep them stuck here from doing harm to others.
That sounds like a lot of leaps.
It really
Does it,
doesn't,
though?
Decorum.
Does it though?
It really doesn't.
Have you tried using the thing inside of your skull?
Luke's not saying anything. He just looks really uncomfortable right now.
Then what
I
do
don't
you
think we
suppose
need
would
to
do,
resort to
smart guy?
insults.
Well, I
Got a
suggest
plan?
that
Want to stand here with your book?
His book that can scout for us might not be the worst idea if we, wait around and let his go down to a different level and let his book scout. That's actually a good idea,
You learned
Decorum,
more
yes.
in this conversation than in 20 minutes of the book.
But we also learned that there were creatures on the other side of this that we are glad that we didn't fight. We got the information from the book and then made a course of action. And you made a good plan on that by coming to talk to the man. We now know that we don't have to have any direct confrontations about anything.
Great.
and that he's most
What do we
likely
do now?
working with demons and devils and other kinds of fiends.
Look for the switch.
The fact that
I mean, would it be too much to ask if he knows what...
Do you know, Avon, something that should be known as the switch?
You were talking about the sharks earlier, yes?
Sure.
yes, we were.
Well, I think there is a way to turn them off, but I've not bothered to looking up how. It seems to me the magical effects should be able to be turned off, as it were, but I have no need to go in the water, so I have not looked into doing that.
no direction to point us. I appreciate you at least giving it the thought. I do believe, though, since you can't reveal your masters, and that's, I think, what, and you're going to relay the audience request from Decorum to them, at this point, I do believe it's time we move along to another level, until either we find that book, or your masters say they wish to meet with Decorum. Do you not agree, Decorum?
I do. I want to get out of this
Okay.
place as fast as possible.
Then let's go to another floor, probably lower, because that's where we've been told where the switch would be, at the lowest point.
Well, if you need me, the wildest of ice, and if you ask them nicely, I will look for you. And he touches the cat and they move again.
I'm going to use message and point at Asri and say in his head, and now they know that we're coming.
And in his head, in return, she'll say, "Yes, I get. He knows that that we know that they're coming, but like, what else do you want me to do?" Decorum was being decorum about this, and I didn't want to start an argument. And he'll eventually realize that it goes beyond the 25 feet or 25 pages. Words.
Characters.
Yeah, characters. And
This
and
is
she's
a
just kind
sentence.
of oh,
Yeah,
this
but
is
still a
something-
short message that goes back and forth.
It's powerful than sending.
Ah. But yeah,
How
either way,
powerful under short distances.
little mini tangent.
Porcelain's gonna start going towards the downward stairs.
They got him
Yeah,
too.
Fluke's going after Porcelain, just instantly, just like, I don't like being here.
Yeah.
Is it
Asri
common
will be
for your
behind them.
companions to make deals with fiends?
Is this in our head still? Actually, you know what?
No, I'm saying this out
she'll
loud.
She'll connect into your head and say, not common, but admittedly, in the last few months, this isn't the first time we've met demons. We met a demon god once.
I don't know. I'm new here. I say as I'm going down the hall.
With you for a couple months. No.
I'm just really glad he wasn't staring at me too intently.
I have a
Yeah?
feeling we're going to have to kill him later.
I hope we don't have to fight him at all, honestly.
Me neither.
But I don't disagree with you.
Did anyone else notice the orb react oddly as soon as he touched it?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Basically froze. Like, stopped. I'm
Like
not
he took
sure
the
if it
energy
was-
out of it.
Did you notice that, Asri?
No, she's posing a question.
Oh.
I'm honestly unsure, but it definitely interacted with him. That was certainly the oddest cat I've ever seen, and I very much don't enjoy getting mixed in with demon devil stuff for at least some people in this party will know very obvious reasons.
It was a fiend.
Oh,
I don't.
It was.
man.
Moving forward, may I make a suggestion? We don't help free the fiends.
Yes, I should say unleashing fiendish things underneath Hephe swamp is not something.
Can I make any kind of history check to see if there's any stories about the dwarves here capturing these, like, beings or anything like that? Like, in my perusing?
I was actually gonna see if that book title was familiar to me at all.
If you want to look for the book, make a religion check. For you,
Oh, boy.
Galrok, make a history check.
Okay.
Oh boy. Religion.
Oh, 25.
Nice.
Not too bad.
I'll do the 25 first. Galrok, you think about it, and it's a little bit difficult to say.
I
There aren't
figured.
any specific stories about a demon or devil getting captured, but you do know that, especially in the later times, some wizards in this area got up to some very weird shit. And capturing a powerful devil is like very well within the realm of possibilities there. So it's definitely something that could have happened. And with the 14, I'd say you've heard of the book before because it's a fairly famous storybook. It's a children's storybook. You've never seen a copy of it or read it or anything, but you've heard of it. You know it's a book mostly written for children.
Why would a fiend want the nursery book?
Are you saying that out loud?
Are we
Yeah.
100% sure that was a fiend?
I look at Decorm and I say, yes.
I mean, seems pretty likely.
But he seems so charming.
I
You
laugh.
seem
Most
charming, you idiot.
fiends are.
The devil's not.
Huh.
And you helped him by giving him that gift.
Yeah. Oh. And I asked to meet with his boss. Oh.
You did?
I'm in some big shit.
Lad, use the thing in your skull.
Should really learn how to read a room.
Huh.
Just honestly keep me out of this. Out of it. I have enough demon stuff trailing me without my consent.
Oh, we're already in it. They know what we're doing and that we're going down. There's nothing that
They
we
also
can do
now
about
know
it.
where their sacrifice, and I do believe that's what Hephe is going to become for them, is a sacrifice. Maybe if they decide to try and bring him back.
And
Because you said there was a sacrifice ritual chamber on the other side, correct? As she looks to Galrok.
We can go check it out if you'd like.
That is the direction in which we believe them to be dwelling. I would prefer to avoid that way.
Well, let's say it's good to keep enemies close.
At least we know that they're here now, so at least there's that.
We gave
There is
them
that.
an ace, and we got an ace in return.
did we?
I did
What
not
ace did we
oppose
get?
trying to talk.
You're right. We didn't oppose trying to talk, but it was also one of those things we learned. And I want to point out, Decorm, you're right. We did learn a lot in that conversation. Like, that we mean no disrespect when we ask, like, certain things be the room read. Just
Asray,
for that record.
you can do that telepathy thing, right?
Yes.
Next time, could you warn me?
I legitimately was about to, and it was like a split-second thing. I thought of it, like, right before your mouth started moving. That's why I'm trying to point out that there is a positive. This is that you did that was not like trying to talk to him instead of killing was exactly what Hephe would have
No,
wanted to do.
that was informative. However, we don't need to be informing others.
Oh, okay, yes, and I think he understands that now. That
Basically,
said,
information's valuable. Don't give it away for free.
And, okay, here you're gonna sound very much like one of my teachers. And that's not a good thing.
is he talking to
Those were
Sure
bad
about that.
Those were bad people. Those are the kind of people who think they're better than other people, trying to push them down and trying to kill people for fun.
Wisdom can be among the malicious.
What are all of you thoughts on just next time we see him, we just take him out? He's working towards evil goals, and we need to stop that.
Well,
I want to know
considering he's-
something first.
Not to mention, I mean, probably not some tabaxi warlock. He doesn't seem normal.
He's
No, he's
not.
There was something crawling in his skin that we couldn't see, or on his fur, not his skin. Sorry,
He had,
is that racist?
He had two left hands.
He had two left hands.
Yeah, didn't any of you see? He was right in front of you. He had two left
I
hands.
was more occupied with what I think to be some sort of snake that was invisible crawling across his skin. I won't lie to you.
I was looking at the orb.
Yeah, we all missed something, I guess.
I was trying not to have an aneurysm.
Yet I look at Galrok, and in his head, he'll hear, the Decorm aneurysm is one that you eventually just get used to.
Aye, so a stroke it is then.
And I don't know if you said that in our heads. I assume you did, but she'll snicker out loud. Just.
So, what do we see downstairs?
Right. On the lower floor. Give me a second to count.
Before we go down the lower floor, I'm going to ask because there was that other ladder that led down to look to be intentional. Do we want to go check that out instead of going down the staircase?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. We wanted to leave that floor. That is the floor where the demons are. Let's get away from that floor for now.
It is the floor, and it goes down to a different floor, thus leaving that floor.
You're correct, but we might have to come back to that floor.
We know where this one goes, roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, this is back where you were last session.
Yeah, the staircase.
Now, right?
I was just talking about if we wanted to go down the ladder that I found instead of going down the staircase because, the major amount of suspicion that we just had towards this guy.
Okay.
But it sounds like the party doesn't want to do that. So down the staircase we go.
That'll be secondary
The party's
if we don't
scared.
find what we're looking for.
And I keep forgetting to play Teak.
That's fine. Can't play two people at once.
Maul.
Yeah. So as you travel back, you come back in this spot very familiar for Decorum, where you have this middle road. That's where you kind of come out of now, and then you have on both sides of it you have roads up, and then a step further from that you have roads down. And across from you there is a wall that seems to have been blocked off by some form of rock.
Some sort of rock. How big is it?
And last time, both Teak and Galrok, I think, found out that rock has been enchanted by some form of abjuration magic.
Yes.
Oh.
And in my dream, we moved through it.
Yeah. In your dream, you came from that side in here.
Abjuration being protection, right? Not conjuration or transmutation or illusion to hide its effects. Okay.
Does Decorm say anything about this being the rock they moved through?
Yeah. In the dream, I don't know which, we came in through this. It was a very vague dream.
From the other side.
I'm gonna touch it. See what happens.
Yeah, Azri's gonna try to walk through it with one hand out forward.
Make. Ashley would probably be first. Make a strength check.
Move the boulder.
Strength check, not a strength throw, so that's gonna be a -2 G's. Oh, but now I get, okay. Okay.
Stomp.
Use that stroke of genius. Get her that big strength.
Ooh.
Do it.
Can you?
Do it.
I mean, well, hold on.
it.
I don't want to okay, so Teak could do that, but I think she's only got, she's got 2 flash of genius. Yeah, okay.
How long is it? A long rest till the next
But-
one? Or a day?
She used one of them
long
on the dragon.
She
Of
used
the lizard roller
2 of them
coaster.
before.
Yeah, we haven't had a
I
long
think
rest,
one
so
of them
she's
was in
down
the
to
roller
1.
coaster. So
That's fair.
Yeah, so
But
she's...
the other thing to think about is we have no one who is strong in the party.
I think
what's Decorm?
I think
And-
Decorm's a big boy.
Decorm is a big boy.
Okay,
Yeah, Decorm's got
fair.
18
And we've got
strength.
Lady Licky.
Luke, arm wrestle right now. Talking shit.
Oh my god. But no, she will use a flash of genius to make that a 20.
Okay. So as Teak is kind of
start to lift from the bottom.
Teak is giving you workout tips.
Yeah.
As you push it, it is kind of a strange sensation as the rock almost seems kind of magnetic at first, but instead kind of it's almost like trying to push you away, like into the hull, but now the rock itself is in front of it. So you kind of like for a moment have your hand stuck on the rock, and then after a couple moments you manage to pull it back and you're free again.
Oh.
Huh.
Thank you, Teak. I think that you just helped me not get stuck to that rock forever. I touched it, and I'm gonna ask, do I get this owl out before Galrok touches it?
Yeah, I imagine Galrok waits a moment while
Okay.
he sees you struggle, as it were.
Yeah, just...
Unless Galrok wants to go very impulsive right now.
No, I'm willing. If someone else is willing to do it, I'm smart enough to let someone else do it first.
Huh.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Detect Good and Evil, because then I'll know when I'm talking to a devil.
Sure. Can you put it in the chat?
And hopefully it tells us something about this situation.
Anyone got Dispel Magic?
You know, if there's depression, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you. As well as...
Unfortunately, I do not know Dispel Magic.
Can't you just use your brain? That thing in your skull?
That is not how magic works. It requires much study and discipline. Am I aware of Dispel Magic? Yes. Have I learned the components and the ability to do it? No.
Hold on. Dispel Magic isn't a ritual spell, never mind. Damn it.
Hilarious.
Teak?
Wait, first,
Here's the thing. She
It's a
knows
third
it,
level
but she
spell.
doesn't have the spell slot for it.
for that...
That's why I was going to see if Galrok could have learned it from Teak.
Oh, somebody left.
Oh,
Cherry
Who did we
did.
lose?
Cherry's back.
yay!
So I will say actually about that, Flip, for you, those are the spells from the spell book that she found. She doesn't technically know those yet, but she does still have to translate them before she can use them herself when she gets the proper spell levels and everything.
Gotcha. My
So that's-
misunderstanding was
yeah.
that she knew them, just didn't have the spell level. Okay.
And Cherry with the detect evil and good. If you like move a bit through the room, the stairs downwards both. I'd say about at the edge of the 30 feet, you start like this fake shimmer of an undead ping. And on the stairs upwards, you don't notice anything.
And near the rock?
And the rock, with detect good and evil, you don't notice anything.
There's something on that even further down. Nothing on the rock. Should we pray? I don't know exactly how that works, but last time I prayed, I went through it.
Do you think you could do it again?
I can try.
I take a step back and after you.
And can somebody do it with... Well, I think we should all be in a circle and hold hands.
What were we trying? My apologies.
Last time he got through by praying.
You know what? If he holds out his hand, Azri will probably be one of the first to grab it and like immediately close her eyes and start like a little in her head prayer to Pool of Health.
All right, yeah. I'll grab his other hand, and I think Fluke's on the other side of me.
Well, he'll grab on just like, Oh, great. We're going to try projecting. This will go swimmingly. Okay.
I squeeze his hand a little with a tug, and I say, "If you have a better idea."
Better idea, say it now.
Absolutely not, but I'm not happy about it.
Hush.
Decorm, how does your prayer go?
I'm gonna. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna use my divine sense, because that's the only sort of form of divination I'm familiar with. But instead of the golden ears, they're just gonna sort of shape in the form of the vision I had with Pool of Health. In Decorm's visions, he looks like a very pretty lady, a nymph. So they'll just sort of form, instead of like ears, they become golden locks. And they'll just stand there and say, "Dear Mrs. Pool of Health, I know you are not well. I know you must be even worse after the horrible things that happened deep in Southeast Mountains. But I know your power. You've done it before, and I believe that you can do it again. Please let us help you and avenge Hephe." And then I'm gonna do the stare at the rock thing with one eye.
A wisdom check with advantage.
Oh.
You feel, well, rather you try to reach out and connect to Pool of Health, but there just seems to be this terrible emptiness, as it were, where she'd normally be.
I'm gonna let my hands go and say, well, we tried.
Asri will kind of just put her like not necessarily on the rock, but like she'll actually do the whole kneel and like not necessarily pray thing, but both her hands comes on top of her knee that's still up, not the one that's on the ground, and has her eyes closed. And then she'll try to use her silent speech, not necessarily to get to Pool of Health, but just kind of out there in general to say, "Hephe, I know we've tried to connect with you, and you're one of these ghosts, and you're probably not strong enough to do it, but if you can send Pool of Health our way, we could possibly use the help to get you out of here." And once she's done with that, she will kind of just stand up.
Make a strength check.
Hmm?
You touched
For
the stone
standing
again,
up?
right?
No, I said I would put my two hands on top of my knee that was propped up. Like she has one knee down on the ground and like the other knee's kind of propped up. Yeah. No, I specifically did not touch it.
Okay, then in that case.
For standing up? Oh god!
Strength check for standing up.
I would be scared. I would legitimately be scared. If the ground became magnetized, that would be terrifying.
Gravity magic.
It exists?
Let's make a perception check actually as you are standing there.
Ooh. Please not that. What the fuck? I rolled a 3 on my. Why? I have a +9 to perception. Why am I rolling 3s on my perception?
So that way you have standard eyes instead of omega eyes.
I have my ojos wide open.
You see past the veil.
I don't think a 12 is going to see past the veil, but DM.
But with a 12, you do notice a small hole in the wall next to the rock.
How big is the hole? Like, hand-sized?
Keyhole?
Yeah, about arm sized.
I'm going to point it out and like, wait, is there a switch in here to get this rock to move? And she's gonna point it out to the two smart people that know more about magic than her, aka Galrok and Teak.
Rude.
Well, what does Teak do?
I was gonna let Galrok, the player who is here to decide, as they are the two with 20 intelligence,
I mean,
and maybe
I don't
Teak
have 20,
give him the help action.
But I have an 18 intelligence. But I'll take a look at it and try to like see if it like.
Make an investigation check.
You.
Okay.
Can Teak offer the help action by giving him some of her special magic glasses?
Ooh.
Sure.
Well, he needed.
I mean, I'll roll investigation again. I don't think I'll need it, but hey, maybe nat 20. Nope, don't need it.
Never know.
I'm better
Never
without you, Teak.
Hey!
That's never
It's not
true.
my character. Why am I upset?
So you look into it, Galrok, and there is this kind of piece of rope followed, attached to a small piece of metal, and when you pull on the metal, the rock kind of falls through a part of the deeper into the wall, and it doesn't fully open up the path, but enough for someone to pass through. And on the other side, you see this very thin cavern. Definitely, like for Decorm at his own, it's gonna be fairly thin, kind of to get himself through there. And you immediately, everyone who's looking at it at least notices that the walls there are covered in faces of different centaur.
Oh, great. Can I send my book through to Scout? Because that's creeping me the hell out.
The second he says it, Asri, they're like the second we see all this, Asri's like, so this was the hall that Hephe talked about, all the faces. These are all the previous Hefes, I bet.
What you on about, lad? Lass?
It's Hephe, the man who died. Something we may not have mentioned to you is that his name is also a title. Within his clan, when the leader dies, the next born becomes the leader. They are given the name and title of Hephe, and then when they reach a certain age, I believe he said 26, they become the actual leader, and in the mid-time there's an interim leader. That's the reason we were down here. We were trying to find clues to where the interim leader stole his parents, Hefe's parents, because he also took the last vial of the spirit that they worship, Pool of Health, to go do something, and Hephe was on a revival mission for Pool of Health. Sorry for the crash course in Hephe, but there you go.
Recap.
These swamp people, they be weird.
A little bit, but I'll be honest with you, we've seen the power of Pool of Health. It was at least a spirit of sorts with magic to it. Fading, yes, but it had power nonetheless.
Yes, spirits, they exist.
Yes, and that's why I'm saying, like, I'm
not a theologian or anything, but really, is there that much difference between a spirit and a god besides the amount of people?
Of course, lad. The spirits can't even hold a candle to what a true god can do.
What if they got a higher realm of worship? What if they spread far and wide?
Point out it's the type of magic I believe them to endure, correct? There are demon gods and celestial gods and spirit gods, all the same. The fact of the matter is, gods are gods. This particular kind of worshipped being is referred to as a spirit in their culture. That's the only reason I said that. For all we know, this could be the Frost Maiden's will or some shit. I don't know. I meant to say the Earth Mother, but forgive me. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is,
so many gods.
This creature, this spirit, has at least power and was willing to try and help those in the mortal coil. And in turn for it helping us, we'd like to at least get our friend out of here. I was hoping.
Sounds like it was a water spirit.
Aye, it was, and she'll smile at that.
Yes, it
she's gonna look
definitely has strength, but it is no god.
Unless it once was.
Book see.
I don't know. I'll set my book down and start seeing.
Okay.
Perception check? Or no?
Question mark?
No, that won't be necessary.
Okay.
The hallway, as I said, it's very small, and it gets even narrower deeper in. And as you take a look, it goes in on for about like a very wobbly path, as where and it kind of ends in this very dirty, almost mud-like water pool that just edges out the end, as it were.
Okay, I relate all that to them.
Shall we?
After you, lass.
Are you sure you wouldn't want to go first? Quite much.
I am.
I'm going to. I'm. It's been. That's up for a little while longer, right? I don't want to accidentally drown.
Water breathing's
24 hours, I believe. Let me make sure.
Did we set it
Yeah,
24 hours
it's
ago?
been a while, so I don't think it's been 24 hours, but
No,
I
I think it
will-
has. We had a long rest.
I will put it this way: at the 23-hour mark, she would try to recast it.
I mean, it's a ritual, so you can just do it, right?
Yeah.
I'd say it's probably been close. At this point, it would be close to the 20-hour mark.
20-hour mark. Okay. Actually, since Fluke brings it up, she will say it's been about 20 hours. Do we want me to recast it just to get it out of the way? It'll take about 10 minutes.
Always.
I mean,
I think we
considering
have
that
10 minutes.
considering you don't have it cast on me, yes.
She stops and looks. You're absolutely correct. I am so sorry, Galrok.
And Teak, for that
And
matter.
then, yeah. Oh, or Teak for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she will take the 10 minutes to absolutely cast that, so everyone has water breathing just in case. And she's gonna smile and say, "Hey," and then she's gonna look at Galrok. Looks like I can at least be useful to save a spell slot. And she's trying to like get a kind of like mage joke out there.
Rituals are quite amazing. Do you happen to have that spell written down?
I do, and she will she will show it once we get to a spot where you can, with like the book in hand, can actually jot it down. Feel free, but I'm not sure if you want to do that
Yes.
Have to.
And he's
right
a
now. Hey, he's
wizard.
been
He
very
doesn't care
useful
if
so
you-
far.
He's a wizard. He doesn't care if either of us can really cast it. Like, I want more from my book.
Yes. My mind must eat the knowledge.
Alrighty, so after casting that, then Asri will be willing to go first.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything as I move in?
No.
Whew.
As you follow the path, it gets kind of like the floor under you gets kind of soggier. It gets darker as you move away from the lights from the previous room. And you find yourself like at the edge of where the path disappears and it just becomes this mud pool, as it were.
Anyone got mud walking?
Now, part of me feels like I should be more comfortable in this environment, but I was raised in the city.
I'm gonna start ritual casting. Can I retroactively be ritual casting detect magic, while he was ritual casting water breathing?
Sure.
Okay.
Perfect.
Because we're going into a magical corridor, probably with stone faces and shit. So I think it might be good to know what's down here. And
You got
especially
told that
this-
the previous Hephes were infused in a
Yeah.
wall. That's magic.
Yeah.
Except for the rock that is still like in the room, as it were, or still in the wall stuck. Nothing new lights up with the detect magic.
And not the water either.
Yep.
Well, whatever it is, it's not magical. Well, at least not anymore.
Do we see anything inside that looks like any kind of switch or mechanical device?
Make either perception or investigation check.
Well, which do I have better in?
Can I put my book into the my manifested mind into the mud?
Will it see anything?
I don't know. Let's find out. This is how we learn, by doing things. What's the worst that could happen?
Death.
Give me one moment, real quick.
Absolutely.
With the 17 perception, Porcelain, you notice that one of the faces close to the rock is like a little bit bigger than all the others. And as you inspect it, you notice a similar mechanic inside that face as you found on the other side of the wall.
Dame Teak.
Yes, how can I help you?
Over here. And I pointed out her.
Sorry. What would I Teak need to roll to figure this out? Sorry, I'm pulling her up her character sheet.
I mean, it's a lever thing?
Yes, like I'm
There's
just
some
making
kind
sure
of
that's not like.
switch.
She's like, okay. You know what? I don't know how impulsive Teak is because personality traits,
Very.
ideals, and bonds are still not filled out. Quinn, yes, I am shaming you.
Let's put it this way: if there was a
gonna pull the
button
lever.
that did teleportation, she'd tap that button just to see what the hell happened. So Teak would definitely
you're
press
right.
the button.
That's what I'm saying. She's gonna pull the lever. I'm just shaming Quinn live on stream.
Shame. Ding. Shame.
Damn.
Ding. Shame.
Shame. Ding. Shame. Anyways.
Okay. Did she point out to Teak, then what did Teak do?
Teak pulled the lever.
Okay. The rock starts closing again.
Ah!
Oh, no, actually, I make a dexterity saving throw for Teak.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, Teak. Let me
You
just
shamed her, then you
sneak up
killed
over
her.
Here.
Well, I mean, we got to close the door
Y'all
before
get
something
crushed.
happens. Maybe
You said dexterity save, right?
Yeah. And
Roll good.
who all had entered at this point?
All of us, I think.
Did we?
I'm
I mean,
pretty
I think I
sure
was in
I
there.
think so.
Yeah, I
As
think we all
definitely would
did.
come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then Teak would have entered last. Because you
Okay,
you really only have space for one by one as we're here.
Absolutely.
Does Lady Licky fit?
Nope.
Shit.
Like, Decorm barely fits.
But yeah, when it's closing, Porcelain's gonna put it back. Put it back.
With a dexterity saving of 12, as she pulls the lever, the teeth of the face that she has her hand in kind of snap, and she takes 4 points of piercing damage
Oh.
as she releases the lever again.
It's okay. Temp HP exists.
That is a thing. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Why do we have that again? I know we have it. I'm just curious why.
His leader, his inspiring leader.
Oh yes, inspiring leader.
Because you have it because he told you wonderful tales of how good of a boy Hephe was.
Hephe was the best
Yep.
of the boys.
That was the last time he did it. He did that, yeah.
Boy, indeed.
But yeah, Teak like, oh my gosh, that hurts a little bit. It's like, I guess Teak me took a little skin.
Is the door closed?
Yep.
Is there any new magic going on now that that's happened?
Nope.
Okay.
Is there any?
Asri's gonna reach her hand in there and try to move it back.
Is there
Asri's
anything?
gonna be like, okay, can we get that back open, please? I cannot see anything.
Okay,
People
give
in
me
there.
one
And then
moment.
she realizes that the teeth are closed around it and say, oh, I don't think I can reopen it, can I?
They basically they just snapped and then went back up, as it were.
Okay, they do go back up. I assume this was gonna be she reaches for it and there the mouth was
So
closed now.
the force they did it with does make you figure that like commoner, as it were, would have had their arms snapped off, but Teak has a lot more HP than a commoner.
And a little more dex.
Is there anything good or bad in here? Good or evil?
That is an interesting question. Let me.
I was
look
wanting
at-
to see if I can't send my book into the mud as well.
Yeah, let's do
That was a
first to
thing.
detect good and evil, because that would be the first obvious thing to be pointed as where.
Yep.
Desecrate. Okay. Let me quickly... Because I don't know fully what consecrated in Dungeons & Dragons terms mean. Okay, it doesn't seem that there's a specific effect. Okay, the the walls around you have I'd say that they have a very slight elemental ping and is consecrated ground or ground, as it were.
And the mud?
The mud's just mud, very thick.
Well, guys, technically,
more
the
dirt
mud
and
is
water.
better than the land.
It's consecrated, right? So
It means holy.
Oh.
yeah, it's yeah, the opposite of desecrate. That's just how I read it.
Well, guys, the ground is better than the mud.
What's better than the mud? Sorry.
The ground.
Ah.
You wanted to do something with your book boy?
Yeah, I want to send a book into the mud just to see if we can see anything down there. Like maybe, like I know it's silly, but you know who knows? It seems to be our only next location. We're in a hallway surrounded by a bunch of centaur faces, and then at the end of it, there's a pool of mud. So
Make a perception check, and not to be railroady or anything, but I am gonna just show you a map of how the previous room looked like,
The previous room.
because I'm
What?
getting, like a little bit annoyed that you're spending so much time going back. Sorry, but like this is the place where Hephe and Decorm came from that you're now going into, so you're got in through another way and now you're going back that way as well.
So
And-
What's this? So there's this stone at the bottom of the map. Is that the
Yeah.
stone we just went
yeah,
through?
that's like when Hephe and Decorm came in her vision, they came through this route.
And
And they
which
got
stair
into
did
this
we
room.
went down? Where did we enter this room?
And you came from the stairs here this time.
Oh,
But there were
I didn't
two
realize
more
that there was.
options.
I didn't realize that there were these
Yeah,
other
these-
entranceways. I thought it was just the stone.
These stairs, yeah, we thought it were just like one stair up and one stair down, but there are a couple of stairs, and then there are two
Okay,
more
then
paths
that-
up and down.
Yeah, sorry,
Yes,
then
now I
that's
get what
didn't came
To be
through
fair,
properly.
Decorum's the only one who physically have seen any of this, who's around, and Decorum's Decorum.
Well, I mean, I have
so,
dark
like, the
vision,
part-
so we all would have seen that we were in
Yeah,
this
yeah.
room.
I thought I had
Oh, that's right.
clearly explained what these routes that were here, but apparently that was a miscommunication. That makes more
No,
sense
that's fine.
than
That's what you get for
why you were
thinking,
so focused on
DM.
here.
Yeah, we thought they were just, you go down and then
Just
there's
the
a
one
stone.
way.
Okay. So I guess here's a perception check to see if there's anything in the mud.
Yep.
That's a nat 20. Is there anything in the mud?
You notice the mud is about 3 feet deep, and
That's more than Asri.
you feel like you'd have to. Well, Ezra could apparently walk, but for most of you, you'd have to kind of like crawl under it. Once the book goes into the mud, you just see only mud at that point.
What a waste of a 20.
So it's a 3-foot deep mud pit, and that's it?
Yeah, it does seem that it goes further, as it were. But you can't see any further than that because, well, you can see, but you just see mud, as it were.
Okay.
Can I carve the face of Hephe on the wall so we can pretend we went here for a reason?
Make I don't athletics or no, make a strength or a dexterity check.
Well, we know what that's gonna bar.
Hello.
15.
So
It's, oh yeah, it would be 13. It's still it would be fairly well recognizable. Anyone who'd known Hephe would be able to recognize Hephe in it. It's not of the same quality as the other faces are on the walls, but those are like creepily lifelike. So,
And
but
this ground was
yours is a good artistic rendition as well.
This ground felt good. Good ground.
Well, lads, I think we
Yeah.
need to head back.
So the thing is, it kind of like blessed grounds, I should maybe say it. It's some holy or spiritual entity is guarding this place. It's like a holy symbol blessed by an evil god would still be consecrated technically.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So you're not sure if it's like a good or evil thing, but it's a consecrated thing. Like some god or thing with holy entity has blessed this place.
Well, it's too late now. Let's go back.
And as you do so, I suggest we go on break.
Sorry, what were you saying, DM?
So,
like
I
more-
want you. You know
returning
you want
from your pool inspection
me.
and heavy engraving.
And
Find some-
now that we have sorry.
Yeah, you find yourself back. I'm gonna just put you here again. So
Ooh, map.
yeah, it's the same very quickly drawn map that I.
Hey, it works.
Yeah, so the outer like roads, oh that's the button. They kind of spiral downstairs and these ones spiral upstairs, and then this is the larger way where you came from down the other sets of stairs. These are also like the up and downs are less stairs and more just a hallway.
And where did I notice the undead?
And downwards spirals. So here and here.
Oh, both sides. So, in a way that it appeared that they were leading to the same room.
Less that I'd say the undead felt very similar, but it doesn't feel like they're connecting, but they are kind of like moving through the same space as it were.
Well, I think we should go down, but there are some undead things there. So this is an excellent time to catch an arrow and grab your sword.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and cast mage armor on myself then.
As we will
Like-
knock an arrow.
How ready? Because I can cast bless, but it only lasts for about a minute, so you know.
Not that ready.
Oh, not that ready.
I didn't think so, but I thought I'd ask.
Now, shit. Mr. Stonebone,
Aye.
I can send my bat if you can send your book down the other way.
I'm gonna hug Lady Lizard who I left behind.
Just so we can get an idea of which way we want to go down.
All right, I'll send my book down the right path.
Okay, I'll send Elvira down the left.
Okay.
And if it gets less, if it
Evie will
gets about
perch
300
on
feet away, I'll stop.
Decorm's shoulders and mimic lizard sounds to him.
Or both of them make perception checks.
All right.
And we have an
I
echo.
want my nat 20 back.
That would just be straight wisdom. Wow.
Well, at least it was 11 both times.
An 11 and a 12.
You got prices righted.
I imagine that, at least for Elvira, she looks a lot less with her eyes and much more with her echolocation.
Yes.
So as she travels downwards, it takes her a bit longer than it takes Galrok to notice that it slowly but surely gets darker the deeper you go in. What Galrok, I'm gonna say, from the book doesn't notice though, because you only have your sight through the book, right?
I have both, I think. Let me post it again. I'm pretty sure it's both.
Yeah, sight and hearing.
Manifest mind.
And hear and see.
Hear and see, yeah.
Okay, but so that means you do not notice what Elvira notices, that it also gets warmer as you go downwards.
Yeah, so it's
Much
not alive.
warmer.
It wouldn't know temperature or anything like that.
And for the book, you do notice that as you go deeper and it grows darker, you notice that at one point, even with dark vision, you can barely see 5 feet in front of you. With Elvira, who does notice it getting darker, but much more in her element there. She notices that the hallways, there are some doors and like sideways roads there, but there's this main hallway that keeps going down for a very long time.
Well, they sure go down.
It even seems to have some kind of magical darkness, if you were. My book is not able to see as it should.
The virus says it just keeps going. All right. Should we
There
leave
should
it?
be something undead 30 feet down. Did you think she went further than 30 feet?
DM?
Way further.
Oh, significantly.
So either she missed something or something decided not to engage her.
Huh? I
That's
tell her
something-
to start backtracking and check again on her way back up.
Okay.
Same thing for my book, I guess.
I'll say both of you make a perception check again.
Okay.
My
4
sweet
and
girl.
a 3.
My
You
sweet
look-
little lady.
And Elvira, I use your echolocation, but nothing obvious at least. Like, or it might be able to hide from, like similar to the what's they called? What they're called? Similar from the Abashi. They might be able to hide in the shadows, as it were. It's like part of the walls,
Being still.
but you can't see anything.
Well, if she comes back, I say nothing that would at least attack a bat.
Do you guys want me to go first?
Well, firstly, I believe we should decide which way we're going.
Left, of course.
Well, if you're so sure.
I don't have a reason to object.
I don't necessarily have a reason to object either.
Okay.
I'll hold
I'm
up
sure
my
you guys
hand
will
pointing
find
towards the
one way
left.
Tally-ho.
As you'll travel downwards, I'll say Decorm, because you have the thing. How much longer does that last? Oh,
Detect
good and evil. 10 minutes. So I'd say you're getting close to the end of your detect good and evil, but as you go downwards, you realize, Decorm, that the kind of the moment the light begins to dim and everything starts to grow dark is the same moment where the undead ping comes from.
Get out that magical lamp. Not doing any good.
Vampiric mist. Oh no. Okay. Huh.
What?
Right.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Not talking. Wait.
I'm glad that worked.
So, while you are traveling downwards, there is, I'd say, about enough space for two people to walk next to each other. So, what's your marching order, and are you doing anything while walking downwards?
Hephe. Wait. He's not there anymore. Shit.
Oh.
Anybody else got holy magic?
You.
I believe
that's
that's
true.
your department.
Well, difficult, okay?
What are you looking to do?
Ah,
Are we
yeah,
trying
true,
to be
we're-
stealthy, or should we get out that magical seeing lantern? Who has that anyway? Ezra, did you take that?
I think we
Was
should
that with
attack
Hephe stuff
there.
on the shore? Because if it was, then yes. Otherwise, Hephe died with it.
I think it wasn't
Hephe
sure.
did not take that with him. We definitely figured that out. He had full health in his armor, and I think that's about it.
Yeah, that was
Can I try to slice through the air?
Sure. Make an attack roll.
I will say I am right next to him. If that's since you were asking about marching order, I'd be next to Decorum.
Okay, I'd say you can let Decorum take a step forward and then take a jab at the air instrument.
Rough.
What are we doing?
With 11, you swing through air. You don't feel like you hit or disturbed anything.
My
I
detect
felt
magic
something.
would still be up, right?
Yeah.
And this is where it's getting to be on like magical
Yeah, okay.
darkness.
In that case, yeah. You notice that for you, Galrok, around you there is this continuous source of necrotic magic around you. And it kind of seems to not just envelop the hull, but it seems to just as if you're walking through a layer of dirt where just everything is necrotic, as it were. It seems that it's just this surface, as it were, where you have to go through.
We'd be surrounded by necrotic energies.
And I try to attack it.
What did you see,
Didn't work.
Decorum?
Didn't see anything per se, I just felt a weird thing. But I can't attack it, or at least didn't respond, so I think we're good to go. The bat went through it, I think, right? You said you went quite far down.
Yes. Should we continue on in stealth?
No.
Did you say nah?
Yeah. Right then, I say as we begin marching forward again. Who's behind us?
I think at the
Adri.
moment
And us.
I'm gonna put you as
So it should be you and Decorum in the front, me and Teak in the middle, and Azri in the back.
Fluke
And
in the
Fluke.
back as well. Then
Oh, and Fluke in the back.
Yeah,
as well,
just chopped liver, apparently.
Is Lady Lizard, Lady Licky small enough to fit through this?
she would be able to fit through here.
So it should be taking up the tail and then.
No.
Just a second.
What, do you want her up front?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's my seeing
dies
eye
first,
wizard.
Okay. She'd have to.
Oh, but who has the lantern? Fluke had a good
It has to be
question.
like there. then.
Asri has the lantern.
Ah. Well, I can see just fine with her behind me, so.
Just saying, it's apparently magical darkness, and
Yeah.
we have a magical lantern.
Hmm?
Oh, yeah. So as you're traveling, you do note, all of you note that it gets darker and this, indeed, magical darkness like sets in. And even if you have dark vision, you start to see less and less. You can see the person in front of you and the person next to you, as it were. But not much more than that. I'd like, in this order, Decorm to make a perception check.
And a Lady Licky roll as well. Well, never mind. I'm on normal. I'm gonna perceive things.
I'm gonna perceive
Try to.
things.
Oh shit! I'm
Nice.
perceptive.
As you're traveling, and it grows darker. Just before it really appears, and it's at this point you are around the 200 feet into the spiral downward, as it were. But as you find it, you manage to stop in time and stop everyone, as there is just this kind of like oh well, how do you say it? Not a portal as in the magical portal, but like a door opening, but there's no door, as it were.
An archway.
Yeah, an archway, thank you.
Ah.
And figure like Lady Licky would manage to be able to squeeze herself through it, but it is a thing that can only one person at a time can kind of fit through.
I'm gonna touch the side of it with my warhammer.
With your warhammer.
Yeah, like bong, bong, bong. Not to damage it, but just as a stick.
Yeah.
Detect trap.
A sounding rod, if you will.
No, hold on. Before we go walking through that, would you like to check it?
Do I notice any magic emanating from it,
That's
or
what
do
I'm
I
doing.
not see it yet because of the distance issues?
It is interesting because I think you, from your perspective, Galrok, you just don't see anything except like this faint bluish glow all around you, as like the area is still magical.
Cool.
And then suddenly, as Decorm points it out, and you focus in that direction, you can kind of see that the glimmering in that area kind of takes the shape of this archway that you can see. So after it's pointed out, you also see it.
Am I able to determine the swirl of magic emanating from the archway?
Yes, that would. I'm thinking that would be illusion. Let me check real quick. No, it would be evocation. That's magic that's comes off of it.
Okay, I'm gonna say, I don't touch that archway, lad. It's full of evocation magics. It might blow up.
As you touch it with your warhammer, nothing specifically happens. Like it makes a ding noise.
It didn't blow up.
Let me look at what evocation magic actually is before.
A lot counts under evocation magic.
Well,
Yeah.
we can go through it or go back. I have a preference.
Well, Elvira was able to come back just fine.
We did also have the other direction, though, that also led down, correct?
That's good enough for me. I'll go through it.
Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm bad.
And there it is.
Decky bonus.
And there it is.
You do, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Hey!
Good roll.
Beautiful.
As you move through it, Decorm, you feel this chill going through your spine, and for a moment you kind of stiffen up, but you push through and you walk through it, and you're still in darkness, but how do I say it? While you were going through it, you suddenly felt like very unsafe, like something could jump at you at any moment, and as you step out of it, suddenly a little less so. You feel much more similar to, okay, we're going downwards, and how you were feeling before.
Guys, this reminded me of the dream. You really need to want to come here. Like not on a life coaching level. Like you really need to want it. You need to manifest your goals. No, you really got to want it.
Well,
Okay.
now we're...
So you get a hug when you're here.
Azri will try
alright
to go
Unless
next.
you don't want to. Unless you don't want to. You get a hug with consent if you want to.
Well, I'm in front, so I'll go through first.
Azri was offering to go next, but it looks like it's the fighter girl instead.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
+1 because of hug.
Decky bonus is +3.
+3,
Yeah,
so
you get the decky bonus still, so 16.
yeah.
That's fair.
You're the same. There goes a shiver through you, and there's this moment of doubt as you're standing under the archway, but then you remember what Decorm said, and you take a step further, and the doubt leaves, as it were.
Phew, I say as I shudder through.
Do you
Actually,
want a hug?
the area where you're standing now, it's a little bit difficult to immediately tell because it's still very dark, but it is a little bit more spacious, as it were, than the previous area you came from.
Sure.
I give her a big hug.
There's
So,
a bit
just-
of a chuckle, as it's been a very long time since I've hugged anyone about the same size as me.
I was gonna say, Azri hugs you all the O.
Yeah. So, does this seem like the kind of thing that I should use my sword's magic for? Do we think we're gonna need any help getting through this?
Wouldn't hurt. I call over. I think Bless would help with this, right? It helps with saving
It
throws?
does.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's like, okay, I could do 3 total. So who thinks they're not going to need it?
I guess I can go without.
Don't you have a wisdom of like 20?
No. I think my wisdom's
No.
16.
No, but
Oh.
he's proficient with wisdom saves, so.
Yeah, no.
Don't think
Oh,
so.
you're not?
No.
Oh, well,
No.
I
No.
am,
Monk.
So.
But you feel like monks should be, but not. They
Not
take
till later.
Yeah.
they take strength and dex.
I think it's literally just because Dex and Wisdom would be too OP if that were both the same trash you get.
And because even though no one plays a strength monk, you technically can.
I bet they lost knowledge behind this wall, and I'm just gonna charge through.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw.
And I don't want no hug when I get through.
You literally just kind of storm through it, and it's like walking like through a cold shower, as it were. But you get on the other side.
I'm gonna take a deep breath. I'm like, aye, lad, that's the smell of knowledge.
Okay, well, the gentleman volunteered, so Luke's gonna just gotta do a little flourish in the air and give it to himself, Teak and Ezra.
Knowledge smells like moss. I murmur to Decorum.
Aye, lost knowledge, lass.
Yeah, that
No
seems
one's been down
accurate.
here for centuries. Think of all the things we can learn.
Okay, so who's next? Ezra. We got
I'll
me,
go ahead and
Teak.
go.
Okay.
And then saving throw, so it's bless, which is d4, and then plus the decky bonus of 3, or is that?
Yep.
That's 3.
Oy.
Don't know if it's gonna help enough, but let's see.
Roll the d4.
So
Good,
12 total.
okay.
12 total. As Esray walks through, she suddenly, underneath the archway, stands still, and you take 2 points of psychic damage. And she walks back a couple of, I'd say about 10 feet, and as Esray, you are suddenly just completely overtaken by this enormous urge of, I shouldn't be here, I should go home, I should not go further.
Question. Is this a frightened capability? Should I have had an advantage on that?
You know what? Yeah, I would say that this would count. Yeah.
Woo!
Okay.
Yay, abilities!
Much better.
That is a lot better. Okay, in that case, you don't take the damage, and you do still kind of get overtaken by that feeling, but then you shake it off and you step forward.
I do not require a hug either.
Thing is that the last two would have looked just like
No,
Get-
Ezra, you keep hugging people at night.
I guess I can't turn you down then, and she will wait to be hugged.
Yeah.
considering they're small and the last two people anyway. I think Fluke would just take Teak's hand, just like, okay, well, let's go.
Only
Run
one person.
together.
Yeah,
Okay.
you still have one person that has to go first.
Oh, damn.
I would
Well,
say
I'll go
Teak.
first.
You can squeeze, kind of like scraping the walls, but that's not gonna help you.
Aw. We're so small, though. Okay, well, whoever wants to roll.
I think you can go ahead, and since you took her hand, you'd be leading, so you go first.
That's true. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Okay, well, let's let's see how this goes.
Not bad.
Pretty good, actually.
Plus 3 is
I
19.
don't think I'm gonna need the
Yeah.
+4, but hey. Hell yeah.
23.
23 total.
23.
You also pass through, shiver, and like for a moment this terrifying dread coming over you, but as you stand on the other side, as Teak goes, because she immediately goes after you.
Yep. Alright.
Plus
And then
3 is
the 3 is
13.
13, and
Plus
the d4
14?
is 14.
Oh.
14, just barely. As you try to step forward, you just see Teak, and let me. She
Can
takes
it be
3
with
points of
advantage?
psychic damage.
Because they're holding hands? Giving each other support?
I would say both Teak and Fluke make a strength check.
Oh, crap. I'm not good at those.
Yeah, let's see two people
Check or
with negative
save?
2.
So, Fluke,
It
as
did make a
you
difference.
No.
are trying
hey.
to,
I'd be using Bless. I don't know if she'd think to use it.
can you use bless on strength checks?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think so, actually. Not on ability scores.
Attack
So
or saving throw?
Yeah, so it's neither of those.
Okay, fair.
So as you move through Fluke, suddenly you're kind of like stopped as Teak is looking at you with kind of like a sort of panic in her eyes as she is trying to pull you back and trying to move the other way.
Fluke's just yell.
You're kind of like
someone
stuck
tug,
there.
Someone pull. Someone strong.
Decorm hug!
Decorm
hug!
I'll Decorm will hug.
Teak and Decorm make a strength check.
Teak and Decorm. Okay. If Teak outdoes him on this, I'm calling bullshit. Are you kidding?
Oh, God!
Wow! So, Decorm comes up and just hugs Fluke, and that kind of makes him like let go of Teak's hand as Teak moves back about 10 feet again before she kind of regains her sense of self and
Sorry, guys. He clearly
she goes
doesn't
on herself
consent to this.
I'm gonna shout out to her and say, "Lass, are you a coward? All of us made it through. Do you not care about your friend Hephe?
Oh, he's
What is that supposed to do?
Make her want to snap out of it and come through."
She'd already... Okay. Like, she's already gonna... like, I'm no coward, but there is definitely something magical going on here.
want you to come
And
through, so you want to punch me. That's
That's just the
pep
dwarven
talk.
way.
Yeah. I want to make you mad, so you'll do something.
Exactly.
She'll try to come through again. I assume there's another wisdom saving
if she's
throw.
allowed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he said that she regained her conscience. God damn it.
Plus
I
3 is
assume
11.
plus the 3, and then
15.
15, and then...
Exactly makes it.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh.
My words of encouragement helped.
We'll go with
Now
that.
you get blasted by a flamingo.
I would like
she's
to
not
see her try.
I mean, I think she could do it. I think you would just also be able to wreck her back.
Get the anime beating each other up to show how friendly they are with each other.
Don't
thing
worry,
going on.
I can have an AC of 22.
It's Asri levels.
Shield is great.
So,
All right, we're all through.
as you've all made it through, you stand there. It is still very dark, so I'd like everyone to make a perception check with disadvantage.
Even with dark vision?
Yeah, it's still magical darkness.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, even being a kobold doesn't
magical
help me now.
disadvantage perception.
Alright, Teak. Disadvantage on
We have to roll the
perception.
disadvantage.
10, 15, 6, 3.
Teak
13.
definitely didn't.
Kobold's still really good at this.
Wait, that resolves as a nat 1, so do I...
You
I
can
roll
reroll that.
again? Yay!
Wait, does that mean the other one counts then? The 27?
No, you can just reroll
Oh no,
with
the first one
disadvantage.
was Teak.
Ah.
Oh, I reroll with disadvantage again?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So... 14.
14, still
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
13, 10, 15, 6, 3, and 14.
I
Right?
forgot to switch from Teak to Asri.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the butt, I know.
Let's see. Galrok and Teak are mostly kind of having this stare off at the moment, as Teak kind of has this look to her from, look at me, I did it.
Hi, lass, with some words of encouragement. You're welcome.
Decorm, you are mostly looking at the way up front, like ahead, and you notice in the distance there. Well, the first thing you notice, actually, especially in your armor that also counts for porcelain, is it is significantly warmer on this side of the archway than on the other side. And as you look deeper into it, you notice a little bit of light coming from downwards.
Asri, put out the
Yes.
light a moment.
She will put the light out.
Okay. And let me quickly, because the 14, the 15, and 13 still. So, Teak, no, not Teak, Esray, Luke, and Porcelain, you notice that the area around you has gotten way better maintained, as it were, and you've been walking past some doors past, but here they look like much more. Like the previous ones were like wooden doors, and often they were like half rotten and all that kind of stuff. But here they look way better secured. They're all made of like some form of iron or steel. And it reminds you a little bit of a prison. And for Galrok's question, how far have we walked? I'd say it's about 300 feet to the archway, and so yeah, so about 300 feet.
Okay.
Look sharp. I think we're about to reach our destination.
Thank God! I mean, figure of speech.
Figure of speech.
I'm ready to hassle with something that isn't stupid demon robot sharks.
And we descend.
Alrighty.
Is the light getting brighter?
Yeah, as you move downward, the light gets brighter, and it gets a lot warmer. You also start noticing at some point it is very odd because you have this very bright spot that feels like it should be like shining everywhere, but then you look like 5 feet to the side of you and you can't see because there's still this magical darkness hanging around. And it seems like this light is in some ways able to pierce the darkness, but not able to illuminate the hallway you're walking in, I swear.
I bring Elvira up and I say to her, "Can you tell me what's ahead?" For her echolocation.
How far is she gonna fly ahead?
Let's start with just 30 feet.
Okay. Make a perception check for her. And as you go further, and like the total of this road you're walking is gonna be another like 200, 300 feet that you're moving just downwards.
Okay.
And like the feeling of it being a prison gets like stronger and stronger, and at one point you actually find like these cells where remnants of skeletons are still laying. And with the 15 perception, at one point Elvira notices that the light's still pretty far away, but slowly the way down gets steeper and steeper. And once you are about at the space where it gets steeper, Elvira notices with her echolocation in the distance these sets of doors that are on like slightly opened.
We're coming to some doors.
Be doors.
What?
There be doors.
Well, they're open. Can Elvira peek inside?
Yes.
All right.
Make a stealth check and a perception check for her.
Stealth is Dex. So we'll start with stealth. Nice. That's my girl. And perception.
So, natural 20 on the stealth. As she comes in, she notices incredibly bright flame in the middle of a large room. She, with the 17 in perception, she is able to spot some markings on the ground around her, but it's just too bright for her to really be able to tell what's happening. And with the echolocation, I'd say she does pick up that a little bit past the flame, there are people standing and sets of stairs. Or it's not, sorry, a set of chairs.
Can she tell how many people there are?
There are 2.
Uh-oh.
And she'd be able to tell that they are very tall. They have wings that start at their what are called shoulders and kind of end at the like at the top of their shoulders and end at the bottom of their shoulders. They do remind her of Dragonborn, though she does note that they are clearly not. And she also, just out of animal instinct, as it were, really doesn't want to get any closer to them.
Does she see any mechanical devices in the room for what we're looking for?
I'd say not necessarily mechanical devices. She does note like a lot of magic stuff happening here, but she wouldn't be able to really be able to tell how those work or what they do.
Okay. She's gonna slip back through and fly back to me as I'm telling everyone everything that she's telling me. I think we're going to beat the employers if we continue.
Do you think the off button is there?
I don't know. I really don't.
Ah, shit.
Perhaps we should try the other stairs.
Will we be able to come back through?
If we
Actually,
want
a good
to.
question. We don't know if that arch is a one-time thing or what.
Well, Teak tried multiple times.
True, that's true. As long as we had someone make sure we don't give up on running through.
Another question is the archway only a deterrent, or could it be an alarm?
Well, I think if it was an alarm, those Aboshi creatures would be trying to rush us right now.
By
Standing around
the
like lumps on a
size
log.
of them, I think they do just fine waiting for us to come to them.
I could go down and talk to them.
Right. I guess we also have to consider, we have to think that could not be the right way because there's Abashi around and it's unaligned with that person's goal, or, you know, just lied to us, all that jazz, so.
And then there's the question if the other way only just leads to the same place.
It might. It could very definitely do. On one hand, I would say there's no point in walking through this cave and backing down every time on the last moment. But then again, nothing has seemed like it was what we were looking for. We might not ever find it. Then again, Hephe died because he thought he wouldn't.
If you're going to talk to them,
Can we have not the numbskull talk to them?
now he's.
I'm going to talk to them. You are not.
I don't want to talk to them. I'm saying perhaps someone with a little bit more sense about them and not give, presents and gifts and information that doesn't need to be given.
Yeah, that's
If
why
we
you're
could-
not going.
If we could just establish a guideline, Decorm. If you speak with them, try not to tell them our shoe sizes. Being every
I'm just
little,
gonna face palm at that.
every little thing about us, why we're here, who we're with, and working with. It's not need to know.
I'll keep that in mind.
We want to go all together.
Don't offer anything either.
I mean, I'll be happy to wait by the door to run in if things go sideways. I'm more than happy to stab them in the face.
I'll stand with.
Okay. Guess I'll be going down.
I'd be joining him.
Give me one quick moment.
I do take a glance back to Asri, though. I do want an indication if she thinks this is a very bad idea or not.
Asri just kind of has a look on her face like she doesn't know what to do at this point. Like, we've got to do something in this cave. But she doesn't know what to do.
Try the other way!
Asri tried rolling for that last session. I went back and rewatched. She rolled the 4 on the dice.
That
She
doesn't
won't
mean
think of
anything.
that.
That doesn't mean anything. This way has very deadly creatures. Try the other way.
I do kind of...
What?
I do kind of murmur to Decorm and say, should you knock?
Yeah. I will. Good evening.
Yeah, I'll
My
put
name is
you-
Decorm
so
of
the
Rubel.
door would be there. I'm gonna put all of you there.
Huh. That looks like oh, that's the fight.
Oh, jeez.
Those look like the guys who summoned the Hydra.
I'd like to be a little bit farther back if I can.
Yeah, you can
I said
position yourself differently, but just
Okay.
for the, you know that's where the door is.
Is there a cat curled up on that chair?
There is.
Oh my gosh. Adorable.
Nice.
And oh no, it should not say that. in the room.
Good evening. My name is Decorm of Rubel. I don't mean to be rude and interfere, but we might have talked to one of your employees upstairs. He
Yeah,
sent
what-
in a request for audience.
In which language do you speak?
Common.
Okay. It is quiet for a moment, and you hear in. Well, no, you wouldn't. Make a perception check, Decorm.
I don't perceive shit.
I know, but I want to give you a
That's what
chance
the
at
other ones
least.
are for.
Oh! You
Hey!
Oh, nice.
He's on edge.
You see very badly, but past the flames, you see two figures standing, or one is standing, the other one is sitting, and they kind of like share a glance. And from your standing, it's impossible to tell what the glance is about. But after it, the one standing walks over towards on the other side of the flame. Now, a lot more better visible to you, because basically from like past this spot is where it's so bright that you can't really look past there. As he walks up there, he kind of like sniffs the air around you, and he says in Draconic, "Who's there?"
Decorm of Rubel, I say in Draconic, which sounds exactly like common, I assume.
Well, your name does, but like what you said around it doesn't, so it doesn't mean much, as it were, at that point.
Decorm von Rubel.
Well then, come in. I don't have any chairs to offer. Why might you be here?
And I step into and I say, in Draconic and companion porcelain.
As the two of you step in, both make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh shit. Is it hot?
Bye, guys.
It's extremely hot.
Bye, guys. It was nice
Okay.
knowing you. This is why we don't talk to devils.
Wait, is this plus
Becky
3
bonus.
still there? Oh shit. I didn't mean to click that again. So
It
15.
is. Yeah, so the both you do make the saving throw, so you only take 2 points of fire damage as you step in, and it's just you feel like you're melting.
It's hot. You blanked on the. We take blank.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you take 2 points of fire damage, and you feel like you're melting.
I'm gonna. Wait, fuck it. I'm just gonna go. Holy shit, that's hot. Mind if I go back and I'm just gonna walk there again?
I can't fucking believe this.
Holy shit, that's hot. It's back.
I mean, it's totally reasonable.
Yeah.
Melting in my suit of armor, not used to this whatsoever, turned back to him and I said, "Get your ass back here."
You get here. It's sorry. Is it? I'm not familiar with your culture. Is it offensive if we stayed here?
Well, I might look a bit jealous at you, but other than that,
Oh, you're hot too.
no, I
You're
just
very
can't
welcome.
leave.
Yeah. Oh, why not? Why is that?
You see him look back again at the creature sitting, and the creature sitting, kind of like with a sigh, stands up and comes walking past the other way around. Well, you obviously can't tell them that we're stuck here because you fucked up your contract. But luckily for you,
We can't tell them that.
your friends also fucked up their part of the contract. As he comes standing, he's significantly smaller than the other one. Oh. I'm having connection troubles with Roll20, so am I still...
Yeah, it's gone now. Mine popped up too.
cool. Yeah, just to be sure that wasn't my internet suddenly disappearing. And as he stands there, he takes a bow and he says, "My name is Patavim. Nice to meet all of you."
I bow in return and I say, pardon, sirs. We're looking for the lowest point in this cave system.
Well, you found it. What do you come here to do?
Give me a quick second. And I'm gonna close my eyes and
Focus for a bit, and I'm gonna use my channel divination to give me and the people around me fire resistance.
Yeah, because I've 2 Roll20s open, so I don't always know which one I'm typing.
There.
Because Camera Senpai knows the truth.
Camera Senpai sees all.
Kawaii!
And I'm gonna move back to Porcelain and say,
please come near. I may be able to help with the heat.
Trying. Azru doesn't want to say anything because this is like what Decorm would do probably.
He says it to
not Decorm.
to Porcelain, right?
no, to the other, to Kawaii, Patavi.
Not kawaii.
Hot Kawaii. The Lost Land.
Don't worry about us. We don't mind the warmth. Just the space.
To answer your questions, we're looking for a device, mechanism, meant for some creatures up the top.
They kind of like look at each other again as the red one speaks. My apologies for not introducing. My name is Daedra. It seems we have a slight problem on our hands. You see, I have been hired to kill anyone who tries and touch this device here under me or behind me. Unfortunately, the people hired me for this. They messed up their side of the business. And now I'm stuck here. So it's not that I want to stop you from whatever it is you're trying to achieve. It is that I'm contractually obligated to.
What was their side of this contract?
And now the green one speaks again. Well, they were at least smart enough to say that we can't. I'm getting a lot of messages to Camera Senpai.
Oh, you see our whispers? My bad.
Yeah, I see the whispers. I think because I have the Camera Senpai has access to all the character sheets.
That makes sense.
Well, our friends were smart enough to at least put in their contract that we can't speak about it, but fortunately I should say, they were not smart enough to say that we can't talk out loud about it against each other. So I'll ignore you for a moment and remind and sorry, I have to look at the name real quick again. Remind Daedra here that she is stuck here guarding this thing until the city of Rubel has been destroyed.
The fuck? Okay, first of all, that was all out of character. I was as a character contemplating if I could roll an insight check to figure out what their relationship is, because it seems very odd couple-like. Like, do they like each other? Are they frenemies? What's going on?
I think they had no choice but to have each other's company.
Exactly, and then Rubel came, so it was just a complete curveball for me.
That's fair. Everyone who wants to can roll an insight check.
The one question I want to ask is, do either Patavin or Daedra sound like the one who left the recorded message?
No.
Can I roll
Okay,
Arcana
cool. So
and
these are
see
both
what
the
they
two.
Oh, I am very hot.
We'll get to the Arcana later.
Okay.
Getting dehydrated.
I'm going to insight though. Right.
Armor is blistering.
I don't I'm proficient. I might as well try, even though I don't particularly care.
Dang.
Okay. So, Porcelain, you're sweating, and at this point, kind of like focusing on the conversation and making sure you have an exit as if this were to go wrong, in a sense. We're not really busy reading the connection between the two. Decorm. I'd say for you, it is difficult to understand the two. You definitely have a feeling that they are somehow forced to work together.
Okay.
Esray and Galrok, you have the feeling there's an interesting kind of like power dynamic between the two. It kind of makes you feel like the captain of the guards talking to like a high-ranking official, as it were, and that both of them have probably power over each other, and there is the question of how is that going to play out in if they were to come to clashes, as it were.
Okay. And the last thing they said was.
That the red one is stuck here until the city of Ruble has been destroyed.
Okay, what the fuck? What does that have to do with anything here? I'm Decorm of Ruble.
Well, that's kind of why you took our attention when you walked up in here. We thought for sure if some hero of Ruble would come here, they wouldn't necessarily go for us first. And probably be less loud about their intent or about their heritage, as it were.
I apologize. I'm not familiar with your contracts and such. I say as I'm trying to ignore the intense heat. However, if a contract has failed, doesn't that mean you don't have to follow it anymore?
Well, we have a professional looking into that right now. But the unfortunate part is, may I remember you, is... And the green one is still just very specifically not looking at any of you and just looking at the red...
Creature,
yeah.
The red Abashi.
As he says... wait, now I'm lost track of what I was saying. What was your question again, Porcelain? Yeah, sorry, about the contract, I know.
Yeah, if the contract has failed, do they still have to follow it?
Check the notes I have that exactly specify what they're about. But I remind you that you are, well, respectfully, you are dumb enough to sign a contract that technically never ends as long as the city stands. They had a great master plan, but when that failed, you were stuck here. And you can see that the green one does have a little bit of pleasure on rubbing it in at this point.
Someone's here to listen to her bitch finally.
Yep.
Who are they?
I get to make you
and why
look
do
dumb in
want
front of
to-
somebody.
Who are they and why do you want to destroy Ruble?
The people of or Was it It was
What the fuck
right?
is that?
The kingdom that once stood here but blew up.
Well, I can tell you, just directly, the red one says now. This place has been long gone before we got here. We got here 3 centuries ago, something like that.
Wait. A few centuries ago? Do you know the Silver Blossom clan?
Their attention tightens now, on it. Yes,
Not
there
in the
was
room,
something
right behind
with them.
Decorm.
I think they were, well, not them. Their goddess was the one that messed up the master plan from those idiots.
Behind me, Azri, you can see my hands behind me as I put my hand down of stop talking about that.
Okay. I think you are having a professional looking into that. I'm a college student, so maybe I could help with that. I think
Here's my resume.
maybe we you seem to. I'm not sure. What do you want? You're all being vague. We're here to help to an extent.
Well,
Porcelain, may I speak freely?
Do you have a knot?
Asri in your head will say,
I'm trying,
do not mention
guys.
Hephe. Yeah, Asri
trying.
in your head will say, don't mention Hephe.
What?
In your head, Asri will say, do not mention Hephe.
Well,
We're here to destroy that thing.
as we understand it,
and he taps the fire that's behind him, and you notice that it is kind of solid almost. It does. It's well, maybe not solid, but kind of liquid almost, I should say. As kind of well, out of character, would probably remind you of like a lava lamp as well.
Awesome.
And it has the silver blossoms you mentioned. Their god, instead of letting us handle the creature, put it in stasis here, and in such a way that unfortunately only the leader of the silver blossoms can stop this. Were this creature to break free, because he mentions, looks now like you can see him start talking and then suddenly stop, kind of sigh and look at the green creature and say, as I mentioned before, as long as this creature is in stasis here, I'm stuck. I'm also stuck here. But were to be freed by the head, for example, of the silver blossoms, I did make sure that if I failed in my duties, I would still be at least freed from this location.
And we free it by destroying that thing.
I'm not. You see this really coming like with a sigh from the red one, and like a little bit of a globe of the green one from, are you gonna have to admit your mistakes? I must admit that I didn't pay enough attention to the specifics and how to release it. I do just know that it was the head of Silver Blossoms that could do it. I thought their plan would work. My apologies for that.
We're the next best thing. Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna move aside, please, respectfully. We're gonna try and shut it off. If it works, maybe you're free. If it doesn't, everybody is unhappy.
As I said, and he kind of like, or she now kind of like makes herself bigger. I really don't want to. But if you do try that, then I must try and kill you.
Yeah.
And you're all calling me stupid. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard during this contract.
They never called you stupid.
Well, you implied it. I talked to the party.
I mean, yes, I admit we at the party have. I look towards Galrok, not exactly being complimentary towards your intelligence, but and yes, it sounds like they made a bad deal. But I will also tell you is that perhaps not trying to force our way through them.
Well, they said Hephe could.
Asri looks at you and like in your head you said, did they mention his name?
Yeah, they did.
The leader of the Silver Blossom. Okay.
Silver Blossom.
I just heard
thought
the
they,
leader of
I
the
mean,
Silver
the leader of the
Blossom
Silver
multiple
Blossoms is Hephe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their
What
title,
happened?
right?
They
Could be any
aren't
of that.
familiar with the specific title, as it were, but they do just know the leader of the Silver Blossom clan.
Okay. Well, then, fine. I'll retract and say the leader of the clan can.
Okay.
Batavin,
Yes?
for you it's the same deal. If we're gonna try it, you're gonna kill us, but you don't want to actually you have to do that, but you also kind of want us to succeed because you want to be free.
Oh, I'm free to go. Well, I am.
Well, then go fuck off.
Whoa! Asri will say that. Decorum!
What?
We are still trying to be polite at the very least to these people, correct?
Yeah, I'm trying.
I
Also, they
have
don't like
been
each other. They might want to fight each other.
sent by our queen to retrieve our speaker. But unfortunately, our speaker is stuck here. So, I will not have to fight you or anything. But I am stuck here until she here can finally come back with me.
And that speaker is inside that flame.
The speaker's the other one, the red
one.
Oh. Okay,
fine.
good. You go stand to the side, we'll fight. We'll try not to kill you, so you can say that you tried to do your contract and we'll kill the thing.
If we may take a step back.
Please.
You say that the leader of the clan has the ability to turn this off?
That's how I understand that. At least is the only one able to free the fire spirit trapped here.
Do you know how?
There was this centaur fella that is going about it. Without that?
Clouded.
Cloud!
All the audio problems this editing is gonna be.
Wow.
Sorry, you said something about Centaur was going on about that?
Oh yeah. The professional we hired found us a inn at the Silver Blossom clan, as it were. Very focused on getting this fire spirit back and running. Unfortunately, does not seem to have succeeded yet. They had some great master plan. They were, as I understand it, luring the head of the Silver Blossoms over here right now.
Well, if we could have a moment, and I grab Decorum by the sleeve and take him out of the chamber.
Hey, cool off a little bit.
Yeah, when we get out, I go. I
know, right?
Breathe, not on fire air, and I take off my breastplate for a second.
While they're doing the cool off for a second, can he get that Arcana check for Galrok?
Galrok, yeah.
And Teak too?
That's
sure.
up
Well,
to...
it depends. What are you trying to find out with your arcane checks?
I want to know what they are, what kind of creatures they are.
Okay. Make your arcana roll.
Okay. And normal.
And I
That's
will
an
ask his
18.
Teak aloud as well.
Teak is also allowed. But with 18, I'd say that it's at least for Galrok enough to, with 20 for 2 for Teak Oak to figure these are they seem very similar to the Abashi you found before,
Okay.
but clearly much more intelligent, much more they have an actual being, as it were, where the other kind of almost seem like programmed creatures without their own will. I'll say for Teak,
I'm also trying to find
no,
out.
actually, no, sorry, that's she wouldn't be able to know that. So that's what you know.
Okay. Would I also know whether or not these are so we know about the other. I know about the other Abashi, right? Like their capabilities and stuff. These are more intelligent, more capable versions of them. Do I get the impression that this is something that we can take, or do you think that we'll just get raffle stomped?
What's their power level?
Yeah. What's the power level?
What's their power level?
Should I be shitting my pants?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna finish what he was trying to say before, but then Porcelain and Decorm went out of the chamber.
Oh. Yeah, sorry,
No,
I thought we had
yeah.
finished, but...
No, it's fine. As Daedra was giving another bow and say, again, my apologies for the rudeness. My name and title, Daedra, Speaker for Tiamat.
Oh, okay. I'm shitting my pants. I'm
who?
really strongly considering
Tiamat?
like leaving these people behind that I've just met and getting the fuck out of here. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
he
cast
says.
message. I'm gonna cast message on Asri. I'm gonna be. I think we should leave.
Oh God. Asri looks at him and like in his head he'll say, I don't necessarily disagree, but let me just weigh in with the others, and I will go in this order to Fluke, then to Teak, then to Porcelain, then to Decorum, getting whether or not they think we should bounce from this area or try to fight our way through this to get Hephe.
So
I
my
will
book is
say-
gonna stay here. I'm gonna start like walking down the hallway.
I will
Fair enough.
say, as I'm exiting the chamber after hearing that, I'm going to like squeak back, "Pleasure to make your acquaintance," as I get through the door.
So first Luke's just like, did that fucking bitch just say Tiamat? Oh my dear lord.
I'm taking off my breastplate,
Oh.
and I'm like drenched in sweat. And I drink from my water skin.
So, how does everyone respond to Ezra?
Fight or flee?
It's not fight. There is no fight.
Again, I went Fluke, Teak. I guess Teak will be last, but Fluke, then Porcelain, then Decorum, then Teak.
So Fluke's just like, fucking Tiamat. I think we need to fucking leave, cross our fingers that Hephe will be okay, and then hire an army.
These isn't Tiamat themselves, but I appreciate your vote. And then next to Porcelain.
Well, we certainly can't fight, but I don't think that this is a problem that can be solved with fighting. I think there's something here.
What does Decorum say? Fight or flee?
Fight.
Of course he does.
And they're out of character for other reasons.
Teak will say that I don't think that we should be trying to fight these guys, but if you guys attack, I guess I can have your back. But I don't really think it's safe. And I hope that that's okay, that Quinn likes the way I played that. That said, it seems like we are outvoted, and Asri will let Decorum know. It seems everybody's either flight or on the fence except for you or I. And she looks at that chamber, looking like we're this close to turning that thing off and freeing Hefe's soul, and she's like, and no one else thinks that we could possibly survive this, take this encounter, so...
Well, they basically just said Speaker for Tiamat. That makes me think Head Priest of Tiamat, which makes me think Tiamat's favorite little bitch. And Tiamat's favorite little bitch, I feel, could wipe the floor with quite a lot of things. Like, I know you just said, well, it's not Tiamat. An army wouldn't be any good against Tiamat. An army would be good against Tiamat's favorite little toy. Army would just be a snack for Tiamat. I mean, I'm not religious, but I do know dragons. I was raised among dragons. I'm a kobold, and oh my dear lord.
Didn't you guys meet the high priest of
Vapo.
whatever his name? Of who?
Vapo, the high priest of Vapo.
Yeah, I've seen that man. Looks like I could beat him up. All I'm saying.
Is this out loud now? Because I realize that we're connecting off.
Yeah, at this point you must be talking out loud, because otherwise you're reacting to things that only Ezra would be able to super quickly rely between them. So it would be just conversation at this point.
like make some distance.
They're just now at this point like standing somewhere else, pretending they're not listening.
Pretending.
Like they're not trying very hard to pretend, but just for show, kind of.
Yeah, Porson's gonna walk down the ways, so it's just a bit more cooler. And she's going to kind of just like squat for a second and against the back of a wall, and she's going to say, now I know this is I know this is taking longer than anyone would prefer. However, I feel that, if I'm honest, what the hell was it called again? It's not called the Tabaxi.
We didn't actually learn. We just called it a demon cat.
Well, what's his name?
Yeah, Avon was his name.
Avonus.
Avon.
Yes. I can't shake what Avonus had mentioned. The idea that there is a possibility to bring Hephe back in this place. He said slim, but he said possible.
I like the train of
Decorm.
thought. Sorry, Astray.
Well, I was gonna say, in Decorm's head, he'll hear. Do you think they could bring Hephe back if we told him? If we told them?
I'm gonna try a thing. I'm gonna poke my head in. I'm gonna yell. Does it have to be the rightful ruler of the Silver Blossoms, or can it be a dipshit?
We're gonna have to roll for them to see if they would know that.
Like, or a dipshit.
Is that in the vocabulary? What is this new bold slang?
Someone
Can I
who
go to
is
Urban
within
Dictionary?
shit dips.
Daedra kind of just shrugs, and then Patavine yells to Daedra. According to Avanit Kant, it needs to be the ruler blessed by the pool.
And I kind of like say very quietly to Azri, "That's Hephe."
Yeah.
Wasn't it
Hoping,
Jody?
I don't know if Chody was blessed by Pool, but we know Hephe was.
Yeah, we don't know. All we know is that Chody has a piece of Pool of Health. We don't know if he's actually blessed by it. That's the problem.
Okay, I'm not gonna do this, but can somebody else be blessed? Let's start a democratic system in the Silver Blossom clan.
Is that how theology works?
Look, if we could at least get factual process of whatever the hell his name is was suggesting, I say as I lean my head back against the wall.
You mean Avon?
Going to say, if we even consider doing any combat, we should probably test our metal on some of the other creatures around here, because as far as I'm concerned, that shit back there is probably the most dangerous thing in this. Short of maybe the fact of the evil demon sharks, because they're a swarm of pitty.
But if we want to free Hephe's soul, that's where we need to go.
Yes, but I'm mostly saying, look, let's take Avon as an example. If Avon kicks our ass, then we have no chance against that thing.
You see,
That seems like
Daedra
such a rude thing to do.
look up and he says, "Oh, Avon will kick my ass." You have, you can kind of see a smile on Daedra's face as you are mentioning Avon. Don't mess with lawyers, man.
Don't mess with
When the demon
That's
thing
just
tells
like,
you not
hold
to fuck with lawyers, that's the lawyer you don't fuck with.
That's like the Joker saying, "I may be crazy enough to fight Batman, but the IRS? No, thank you."
I'm crazy, not insane.
I'm gonna poke my head in again and say, Daedra, just... If there was a contract overruling your previous contract, would that work?
I would not be able to sign it without a representative of the previous contractor here.
And who is that?
They're all dead.
Now I have to quickly look up a name. No, blah blah blah. It would be Seolifos. Seolifos. Seolifos? I don't know how to say it.
He's dead?
You know what? Galrok make a history check, and the rest of you will just know, but just for Galrok's sake, let's see if he knows. Oh wait, how far has Galrok gone? Is he still here?
My book's still there.
Okay.
My book's with the group, but I have definitely started walking away.
That name Galrok doesn't tell you anything. The rest of you recognize it as the Crown Prince of Livasti.
Wait,
Well,
he's alive.
that's interesting.
He's alive, right?
Very much so.
You just came for inspection.
Daedra, don't want to get your hopes up, but that's not out of the realm of possibilities.
It's not.
That's certainly news. Decorum.
So, we'll go talk. Is that a smart thing to do? Go talk to him?
I shake my head.
Yes or is he shaking it? Yes or no?
No.
Shake usually means no. Nod means yes.
I don't know. I use the word shake for both.
Fair enough. I shake my head no.
Is that something my uncle could arrange? Sounds like he would.
I'm sorry. How familiar is your uncle with the princes?
I mean, he got money.
I mean, he's got money.
Yes.
Also,
Well.
Also, the question you
I
can
know
be
what check-
asking of the Crown Prince hiring them until Ruble has been destroyed.
Yeah, that is a little odd, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very, very interesting.
No.
We got dirt on royalty.
I know.
Which is very dangerous to have.
You know.
We got options. I'm down to clown. Seems you're all a little bit afraid. Don't want to do shit. But what are we gonna do?
I would like to learn more.
Excellent question.
I would like to learn more on what. God damn, I cannot remember his goddamn name. Demon dude up top.
Daedra?
Hey,
Vaughn?
Avon.
is it Avon? Avon.
Yeah, Avon.
Cat?
Okay. I'd like to learn.
A-V-A-N, right?
Yep.
I would like to learn more of what Avon had suggested. Just to know.
Wait, one more question. Daedra,
Yes.
do you know the way out?
Same way you got in, I imagine.
That was not a fun road.
It's nothing's fun down here.
Yeah.
That's why I want to leave.
Ooh, do you want to play a game of Dragon Chess?
Oh!
Sure.
It'll burn up when you go inside.
Can we play it here?
At the entrance. But then you have to move his
It's like a
chair.
board halfway through.
This is as close I can come.
I'll see how long I can stick with. Ah, no, this is perfect, and I'm gonna put it down. And you go talk to him. I'll keep our
Alright.
host busy.
So
Alright.
Decorm's gonna stay down here while the rest of us go up there and to talk to Avon.
There's no way that's to go wrong.
Apparently.
I mean, is anyone
Asri
staying
will
here
stay
with
down
him?
here with Decorum.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, on the bright side, his heart's not really into
Don't
killing us,
you
even though he'll be
know
forced to and
never
can run.
party?
Yeah, I know. Don't you know you never split the party? But like,
Don't got much choice here, I know. Alright. Well,
Party's already kind of split to a
Yeah.
I start heading up the stairs then. I've got my breastplate in hand.
So who stay down, who go up?
looks like it's just Decorum, Chonkers, and Asri downstairs. Unless anyone else is staying.
Fuck
Does
this shit,
Teak-
I'm out.
Teak would probably
Lady
leave
Liquid
with
would
them.
also stay here. So the chess board actually has to be put like in the room itself, so because she can literally, like, it's like there's an invisibly wall force of
He
wall
wasn't
as
going to
well.
be able to put it as pieces on my side of the board if you put it in the middle.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a complete thing. She can't reach the back half of the board as well.
That's fine.
Just say where you want to move, basically.
If I'm gonna lose, I'm just gonna put the board.
Just every bad turn, you put it one back, like one row.
This is the weirdest version of that picture short ever.
Looks like you're losing Melts. Oh well.
Okay. Roll an intelligence check, Decorm.
Unless you're
Womp
proficient
womp.
with it, right?
Then roll an intelligence check with proficiency
Why?
for the chess.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Come on!
Ouch. That's probably like his modifier alone.
The first part, like, I'm just gonna put the chess as in a beginning, middle, end type of thing. And the beginning, the setup, she clearly has a lot of experience playing dragon chess, and she literally has nothing but time, so she also isn't afraid to just like think for 30 minutes about a move. And after the first part of the game, you feel very backed into a corner, as it were.
Can I ask her, meanwhile, just as conversation during the chess match, how she became to be the Speaker of Tiamat?
Do you know how Abashi are born?
No.
We serve our queen as mortals first. And then when we die in service, we are reborn, but not yet completely. You've seen the creatures around here, I assume. Similarly to us, but not really alive, as it were.
Yeah.
Well, they might prove their worth. They might do terrible. Either way, the better they do, the more freedom and the further they come in their resurrection. And once they've reached a certain stage, they get a little bit more freedom, and they get their independence back, as it were. And from there, you just keep serving. Another intelligence check. Or dragon chest check. In your
Dragon
case.
chest check.
Better.
Okay.
Better.
Much better.
Oh, nice.
In this turn, she seems to have been kind of distracted from your conversation, by your conversation sheet from the game, and you manage to get kind of a lot better back in the game. And as the late stage of the game kind of starts, you can have conversation later, but make another check. You had more to talk about.
Yeah, I have one more question. Assuming Azrae doesn't have any.
Nope, Azri's just sitting here listening and watching. She's kind of just making sure that nothing goes south here.
And now near the end, and you having been able to disrupt her in the mid game, but she now also paying a lot more attention again. She just barely manages to beat you.
Is
In the end.
there a moment where I could sensible propose a pot stelling? I don't know what it is in
A
English.
tie.
A tie.
Let me check because the I'd say yes.
I'm gonna propose a tie.
Make a persuasion check.
I want to, with my level. There it goes.
Go 3 rolls. Because that's usually how this works.
Yep.
Oh.
With a 9, she, as you propose it, she kind of looks at the board, and then you feel a little bit undignified as she looks at you like you're a puppy, as it were, and just, of course.
Sure, buddy, it's a tie.
Why
Thank
not?
I'm honored to have played this game with you. And in these last, well, we're not playing anymore, but for that I would want to ask her, like, just literally, if she knows why her contractor wants Ruble destroyed.
Well, I'll say, just for narrative's sake, did you ask that still during the game?
And I'm trying. You know what? I'll say after that time. So I'm honored. If this is a situation, I hope this game of Dragon Chess is a predecessor of the battle that will inevitably ensue about Ruble. Maybe we'll be pieces there. We probably won't. But do you know why your contractor wants Ruble destroyed?
She doesn't look at you, and instead she starts kind of like looking at her pieces, and he says, I played a game of Dragon Chess with my employer as well, and he seemed so afraid his pieces would betray him that he would rather have me take them so they couldn't do any damage to his plans. Was a fool, of course, but in the end his foolishness put me in a overconfident position.
It's the issue with fools and powers. They do more harm than good. And trust me, I know. I'm a fool in power.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless you have more for this specific moment, I suggest we end the session.
I got it. I got what I wanted.
And next session will start with
With the other
what
group.
the rest of the group's up to.